Welcome to the Atlaran Adventuring Company. This is the world of Atlaran. Beyond the Forgotten Realms and perhaps not far from Exandria, Atlaran and her two-moon sky have seen leviathans, dissolutions, divine gates, and calamities. And that's only the last 5,000 years. Perhaps most distinct for her scars, Atlaran is host to a number of sacred or cursed sites, depending on whether you ask Bahamut or Asmodeus. Or perhaps you'll ask the old Balin gods, whom the world herself and her moons and star are named after. These places, like Mount Gear, the Monomarig Meteor, Drozdana, the Dawn Deep Trench, the Shattered Continent, the Greenhall Sea, the entirety of Garrett Eldathos, they all play parts in the world's fate. But it's the people that truly shape it. And every so often, little windows of time, short glimpses into exceptional people's lives, are plucked from the midst of the chaotic centuries, and we call them stories. They're not always epics of heroism and bravery. Quite the contrary. Every hero was once a bumbling fool, or a selfish mercenary looking to make a platinum. Or, in most cases, both. And that brings us to our particular window in time, following in the footsteps of a scorned bard and her unlikely lone wolf companion. Or perhaps lone coyote is more apt.
Marin Veneer, a half-elven fighter with a love of freedom and gunpowder, and a former bard relearning her musical skills. Marin was the daughter to a frail sun-elf laundress who passed away when she was still young. Left to care for her half-sister Sylvie alone, Marin grew up far too fast. In her desperation to keep her sister from starving, Marin accepted help from the Alteras, and was lured into their poisonous web of abuse, theft, and murder. Forced to kill and torture often those unsuspecting and even undeserving. Eventually, Marin dared to question her adoptive father Alistair, and was slaughtered on the spot by her brothers just before she was 18. Sylvie was left to flee alone, but 10 years later, Marin awoke, revived by the Heidling cult. Sickly but determined, she recovered thanks to powerful magics and the apparent interest of Cynthia Moore, mother of the new king of the Arbiters, Silas Moore III. And, by Cynthia's order, Marin was given as a gift to Silas in the hopes that she would become his subservient partner, a suitable wife that would not question the Moore family thanks to her debt to them. Marin, however, had the spark of rebellion in her soul by then, and wasn't about to be controlled again. When Silas proved he supported her in the freedom of those crushed by the Arbiters, Marin reluctantly fell in love. Now with her fiancé at her back and the work to be done, Marin is ready for the long road ahead. She'll make sure no one suffers under the boot of the Arbiters or the Heidling cult ever again.
Kit, just Kit, a shifter, or elucier, of the Coyote Totem and mildly devout cleric of Savros, the Balin god of mischief and wanderers. Originally hailing from Amnoblin as part of a group of natives called the Manamar and Dalmaric, Kit's people have always been harassed by the Skull, or outsiders who seek to take their ancestral lands and waters. Kit's particular tribe was attacked when he was young, rendering himself and his brother Ren orphans, and forcing their tribe to flee their home continent altogether. They found refuge in Iroquel, but struggled to adjust to the change from subarctic to equatorial desert. Trusting in the sacred Mount Gear, heart of the world, to watch over them, Kit's people settled in the northern savannas. But Kit never settled. Aimlessly causing trouble to Skull and taking mercenary contracts to send money home since he was 15, Kit has become a person of interest to the Guild of Wardens, enforcers who help keep the common laws. Thanks to Dana Fioris, a former troublemaking comrade who eventually went straight and became a warden herself, Kit has quite the dossier with the wardens, and rarely struggles to find work at their guild. And now, alongside Sylvie, Kit has his own scores to settle with the Arbiters, though breaking apart an organization of kidnappers and slavers would be reason enough to destroy them.
And hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
I got back just in the nick of time.
Yeah.
I know, I was going to do the announcement this time, or the opening.
Buffy! Hello everybody. Welcome to the Atlaran Adventuring Company. I am your Dungeon Master, Taiylor Wallace, as per usual. And joining me, I have Astrid Knight.
Yo.
And Blake Wolfe.
Hey.
What?
Hey.
I was laughing at your yo-yo.
Yo.
Oh my
It's
god.
so white. Yeah, hi y'all. Are you ready for some fucking dragons?
Are they going to be
Sure.
fucking?
I mean, I don't encourage the
This episode-
stereotypical bard.
This episode sponsored by Bad Dragon.
Yeah.
It's gonna be bad for you.
For fucking
Right.
dragon.
Exactly. You can do it either way. They've got everything.
Yep.
So,
Mhm.
I did actually write a recap this time.
Oh.
I caught us up.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
All right, that's plenty. Last time, episode 37, game number 53, 'twas the Echoes of the Dissolution, which I compiled into one episode because I was like, I don't know where to split this. It is yond the 24th. It's still yond.
It's going to be on forever. This is
It's
where
going to
we
be
die.
yond for exactly 2 more days.
Yeah.
Starting off, some of you were at Irina's place in Caligar Harbor, and the others were at Calamai Hall, specifically Kit staying with a couple of bodies, and Justine
making paper hats.
Yada yada yada.
Yep. Okay.
What?
Severe disapproval.
I don't know. I'm just doing what the young kids do.
Wow.
I'm trying to drive up those views.
I'm the youngest one here.
Yeah.
What
I'm
do
on
you?
the edge of that generation.
Well, you're here, aren't you? So.
What-
Yeah, we're
we
not cool.
What do you tell people on the talk? Do you like and subscribe or like follow or
Yeah.
what do you do?
Smash that bell
There is no bell.
and click that subscribe button.
It's a
Ring
plus
that
sign.
subscribe button.
Oh yeah. Add and subtract, guys. Yeah.
Yep. Do algebra.
Do algebra.
Go ahead, Taiylor. Go ahead. Tell us what happened.
I regret to inform everybody that this stream is officially canceled.
No.
Campaign 2 will start sometime in maybe July.
And it will not include me.
No, we're replacing it with Zach.
Yep.
Wow.
I always
Anyway.
knew it was gonna be him
He's a good choice, though.
for
my
my
God.
replacement.
I
If
mean,
we-
just in general.
If we thought this shit was chaotic, just wait until Zach gets in here.
Yes, I'll have to become much less jovial.
Nah.
Not that I ever was in the first place. Anyway, Kit reincarnated Vinrith Courser into a sun elf to give him a second chance, handed him off to Truman, his brother, not his real name. The crew, you guys then took Ithane to Senna to untether and resurrect him with the
Yeah.
Gaethahide, which became Squall. Haley was there to look after him. Ithane woke up, panicked, recognized Silas, and was very confused. And then Senna is in bad condition. Kit tried to reach out to Kenna through the shield tree and found that she seemed to be battling with Olgar Heidelin, and he did not seem that fussed about her. And also something screamed to keep you from being able to speak to her. And Nyx, being that he's learning to speak, told Kit that that voice was screaming when he was born. And you guys realized in short order that it was indeed Ilarka, the ice god that caused the Age of Frost and potentially cause the disappearance or deaths of Titans in the dissolution.
Super cool and totally not like frightening.
That's fine.
Marin, in the meantime, decided to reach out to Cynthia in the visiting pool.
Yeah.
Because she just had to rub it in, and she got you back.
All right, it wasn't just to rub it in.
You were rubbing it in.
I was rubbing it in a little bit.
Cynthia revealed that the crew actually saved her from being turned into a walker on Delendane. The more on the list was not Silas or Justine, it was Cynthia. She also revealed that Kyla has reached out to Ulgar and Ilarka to get someone to transfer staves like Senna does. And they're going to try to figure it out. She also informed you guys that the Demiware on a very small level can be circumvented by the Realm Gate, but not by gods. And so there may be some realm travel going on in the Heidelin cult, trying to find someone that can transfer staves for them. She also revealed the identity of the lead White Cloak of Garrett Eldathos, Nikolai Eulemgrad, who is undercover as a member of the Guild of the Gate. She advised that he's interested in research about the Gate and its uses. She had no fucking clue who Kellogg was. In fact, I think that was a running theme. Everybody you asked is like, who the fuck is Kellogg?
Yep. We're starting to
is one of the notes I wrote.
That's a thing.
Yep. Cynthia also revealed that she's apparently, unless she was lying, you never insight checked her.
I didn't. I had thought about after the fact. I'm like, God damn it.
Said that she is in an afterlife that not only did she want, but she worked very hard for. And I will let you retcon insight check if you would like.
Oh, can I?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that would be really nice.
Cynthia also took full credit for Silas and Justine winning against her, and warned against things coming that the crew, in her words, can't possibly be ready for. Silas and Marin talked about it afterward as well.
Yeah, I rolled. Well, do you want me to wait?
No, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I rolled an unnatural 20.
She is telling the absolute truth.
Fuck that bitch.
She
I hate her.
is exactly where she wants to be, but you don't know where that is.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I hate her.
Also, I have her broken glasses in here. I suck at drawing by hand.
No, it looks good.
Yeah.
It's better than what I would be able to do. What?
Let's see. Marin said something that I had to write down because I just thought it was wonderful. Said that Cynthia seemed to be preparing Silas and Justine for the end of the world.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great quote.
Bye, everybody.
Silas is in a good enough place to never credit Cynthia with anything except encouraging his magical studies. You guys also learned that Kyla is not keeping the Gullah hide on her anymore. It could potentially be with Nikolai or somebody in Garrett Eldathos. Thanks to the acquisition of the sending scroll, you guys met up with Clay and Mia. Clay revealed that he had been visited by Alistair and handed you guys an encoded journal in ancient Thunar. You guys took Ethane and Haley to Konstanos. Ansem lost his shit and verbally destroyed him and slapped the fuck out of him.
Before
Vosskner,
kissing him.
Yeah.
Well, if you understood their relationship for the past 50 years...
Oh, no, I get it.
Yeah,
no,
you,
I totally understood all of
yeah.
that. Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, I told my players who met him when he first appeared in my world, and they're like, oh yeah, par for the course. Yeah. Vosskner told you guys to talk to the Guild of the Gate about deciphering the journal from Alistair. And when you mentioned Nikolai, he said, oh yeah, he's a family friend. Actually called him Nico. Said the dragons have been quiet the last couple days. and you guys decided it was enough stalling on the dragons, so you're going to buckle down and help out. Vosskner suggested ambushing Zedsala, whereas Marin suggested talking, which Vosskner was open to because he's a nice man. Silas sent to Zedsala, and she agreed to meet the following dawn. Rather politely.
Yeah, which surprised me.
And then Vosskner said afterward, once the dragon thing is taken care of, if you guys are still alive, he can get the Cloudstride and the Kollegaigo clan to take you guys to Fjalheim, where the Realm Gate is, if you still need to talk to Nico.
We're gonna need.
Also, additional note. You guys already technically knew her name, but we actually got into the detail of it, that Cynthia's beau was Admiral Halen Whitemane. And Justine had been sent to school in Othedriel, partly so that she could be set up with the king of Othedriel's unmarried son. But Justine's totally a lesbian, are exactly the words in my journal. Apparently, Cynthia was interested in some kind of legacy. To learn that Othedriel may be gearing up for war. You guys passed on information to the Kollegaigo clan, the Crimson Hammer, and the Caskers through Carol about the Arbiter's recent movements and the new slave camp setup, and Wick upon Pine. Ted arrived. Also had no fucking clue who Kellogg was, just knew he was a drow.
That's concerning.
He just really only knew that Kellogg took some of his friends, the Nightmare and I still can't remember what that monster was called, but it's a hellhound-like monster in Port Nataline. Said Kellogg sort of appeared randomly, and that's all he knows. When you guys mentioned Ilarka, Ted got scared and revealed to you guys that he is fearing and looking for Huron, his partner. And when I say partner, I would like to just make it very clear. I do not mean romantic partner.
No, I know.
I mean cousin who is working partner. Okay.
Gotcha.
They're cousins. Yeah.
I figured it was more like two halves to a whole and less romantic.
Yeah.
Are they cousins? Hold on. Big Goose do crime.
Also, Marin doesn't know that he's Fearon because
I have not
Kit
shared
didn't
that.
tell me.
Nope.
Yeah.
Fearon is Harkin's grandchild. Harkin is married into the family through Talon, who married Senna. Huron is Ursan's grandchild. So yeah, they're like second cousins by marriage.
Oh, so like once removed, twice removed?
Yeah. Sure.
Removed usually means by marriage, I believe.
I believe so.
I don't remember.
Because you're not blood related, but you're technically related.
Yeah.
Huron's here.
Mm-hmm.
Huron is over here. Yeller Huron.
Okay.
So there's a marriage here. And then they're grandchildren of two gods, Ursan and Harkin.
Okay. Yeah, so cousins and some...
Second cousins, I believe.
Yeah.
Anyway. But they're partners. Life and death. Ted is death. Because of course he is.
That does not surprise me.
Yeah.
Under the other one. Beyond that, I believe that was the majority of the shit that happened.
Yeah, that's pretty much where we left off.
Yeah, he's the Birch Heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is still Yon the 24th. This is going to be game number 54. You guys have beds waiting for you near Vosskner's place whenever you're ready to chill out. Zedsala is coming tomorrow. You guys said that your plan for today, last time, because I wanted to make sure that I knew what you were up to, some of you wanted to seek out members of the Guild of the Gate in the Guild Ward to talk to them about translating.
Yep.
And then some of you want to go down to Konstanos' port to meet Teldanost.
That'd be me, yes.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to do that, but then...
And then we got caught up.
And then we got distracted.
Yeah.
So, let me scooch over to Konstanos.
Konstanos.
The harbor is not on this map, but it's down here outside of Valk's Edge through the Valkwood. It's that way.
Gotcha. Okay. Well,
Where's my spoon?
I guess we should split everybody up. So you want to go to the port. I want to talk to Guild Gate people. So, I don't know. I'm assuming Silas is coming with me because, of course.
Yeah, puppy dog.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anybody else would like to join, but I know it's at least going to be us two.
Just to say for Justine, she is actually going to stick with Vosskner because she wants to learn how to help out the Kestral Mace and Haley because she's also a captain in the Kestral Mace.
Okay.
And Sylphie...
Was she going with me to Taiylor?
Yeah, she'd probably want to go with him.
She's iffy on it.
I mean, that's fair.
She's still kind of pissed at her.
Well,
I
can be
think-
mad when you're still alive here.
Yeah, I think I'll say, like, before we split up and everything like that, just like, listen, I know that you're upset with her, but yeah, I get that. But also with everything that we found out about Alarka and all that stuff, like, you don't think it'd be worth getting in contact with her?
What? I mean, she couldn't help me. What help do you think she's going to be with all that?
I don't know. I think she has, like I said, she has some sort of plan for you and Kit, and that's probably it.
She rolls her eyes.
Okay, fine. You know what?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be doing this to you. I'm sorry.
I get it. Okay, I understand. But just, if you want to go, take an extra long nap or something, fine. You can go ahead and do that. But
No, I should probably go.
oh my God.
What? You're
What?
exactly the same way when you're pissed off.
I mean,
I'm
that's not
turning-
completely false.
I turn around and walk away.
Sips tea.
Mm-hmm.
Very strong coffee. But yeah, Sylphie turns toward Kit and says, "All right, let's go talk to fucking Whale Mom."
Okay. We'll do that.
Tally ho.
Woohoo.
Ooh.
And we're going.
Who wants to go first? Or the harbor?
I can go. It's fine.
Okay.
So, you and Silas, being that you guys are in the Obsidian Ward right now, you head off to one of the circles, I imagine.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to do, or are you just going straight to the guild walk?
At some point, I do need to get more ammo. Because I'm running slightly low.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can find, well, I guess the biggest place would be Ansem's place, right? But okay. We can go after we do the guild stuff.
Okay.
I don't have to go right now.
So you guys head off. Make your way. I've gotten to the point where I just do it before you guys because I hate you. You head to the circle station, as I've taken to calling it, and you teleport through to Guild Walk. Now, you haven't been here before, and being that it is a richer part of town, there are actually two circles to get in, even though the Guild Walk is comparatively much smaller. What is I? Oh, yeah.
Big,
So,
yeah.
Yes. Do. Shut that off. There we are. Okay, cool. The guild buildings are marked by different statues, different artistry and whatnot. So it's pretty easy to tell which ones are which, even from a distance. But within this square, there are a bunch of like smaller businesses that you notice all of them have different guild seals on their shop signs that basically say we're members of this guild and therefore, we're better because we're artisans. And so on and so forth. And there's like, you can see in the distance, there's a blacksmith's guild, there's a mason's guild, there's even like a baker's guild. Like, there's a lot.
Okay.
And you can definitely tell who gets more money by how big and pretty their building is. And probably the biggest and the prettiest is the Merchant's Guild. Because
Shocker.
of course.
Yeah.
But for Konstanos, actually the Architects Guild is like the second best. And probably the Enchanters Guild is the third. But
Yeah.
So you step out into the market, and Silas glances around as you guys are just in a sea of people. He's just like, this is claustrophobic.
Yeah, a little bit. We should probably lay out some ground rules going inside. We should not talk about anything Heidelin cult related.
Are these ground rules for me or for yourself?
They should be for yourself,
together.
says Kit from the other side of the city.
For yourself! Yeah.
Marin's always dumping all the good fucking info.
Anyway. Sorry, I feel off today, so I'm trying to like get back in. Yeah.
It doesn't help that we just deflect you at every possible angle.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like my words are no good today. So yeah, no talking about the Highland cult. I guess just try and keep it on the book as much as we can, because I don't want to give any of the Alarka stuff out away or anything like that. Just we don't know if Nikolai is the only person in there who is a spy.
Right. We should. I think it's rather safe to assume he's not the only one.
Probably. Yeah.
I mean,
also,
White Cloak does their own dirty work anyway.
Yeah. Also, I know I mentioned your brother was part of there, so he might be in there too. That might be good to. Yeah.
Be interesting.
Good interesting or bad interesting?
Well, it depends on who he's allied with. I know Lauren is a good man, but if he works for Nikolai or someone else, that could be a problem.
That could be. So, like I said, just don't mention.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, also, do we know where the guild stands with Moore's Rest and arbiters and stuff? Because if so, it might be a bad idea for us to just walk in there and be like, "Hey, we're
Well,
us."
Sorry. I hit the key. Being that the arbiters are known to work with the Heidelin cult and a few other unsavory organizations, we can assume that any reputable guilds would not want to publicly say anything good about them. In fact, they probably want to denounce them.
Publicly.
But the Guild of the Gate they're really not, they try not to be too political, which is difficult when you're as influential as they are. All of their operations, their chases and whatnot, they only get involved in things that could be a danger to what they do. And sometimes that means they send chases to help out kings who are fighting against an enemy that the Guild of the Gate doesn't like, or sometimes they send chasers to help make sure someone is killed. It varies. But as for the Arbiters and the Hydaelyn cult, they desperately try not to associate with them if they can help it.
Okay, so maybe then we would be okay. But if there's Hydaelyn cult members in there, it might be a bad idea.
Let's just not mention anything about the cult.
Well, no, I understand that, but like, how are we going to present ourselves? You know, are we going to walk in and say we are Marin Silas Veneer? Are we going to say we are none of your business? Or, you know?
Well, yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
We can't just walk in there with some crazy journal and say, "Oh, we're nobody."
Yeah.
Maybe we should try working with someone we already know, and they could help us steer past some of that.
Well, maybe. Who do we know?
I mean, we know Ithane, of course. Obviously,
Well,
he's a year out of touch with them, but he's still a chaser.
he also just got resurrected from the dead,
I know.
so that's probably insensitive.
We could try to reach out to Lauren. I don't know if he'd be here.
Well,
but...
let's see. I pull out the scroll.
Oh, God.
And I write just a quick note to Lauren. And
have you ever met him?
No. Because I think Silas last time was like, "Oh, I'd like you to meet him and everything," but we met before. So yeah, just, hey, this is Marin Veneer. I'm assuming he will know who that is.
I would hope so.
We're in Konstanos, near the guild headquarters. Could really use your help. Meet us outside the building? ? And I will roll it up and send it off.
Okay, roll me a D100 just because you're not super familiar with him.
Oh,
okay, great. $60.
Okay. Flash disappears.
Okay. Does that mean it got to him, or just...
I mean, I assume it wouldn't have gone anywhere if it...
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Well, it's just gone into the abyss. Who knows?
Wonderful.
It planar shifted.
Yeah.
But you guys chill for a second, waiting for a response. Until you see that familiar golden sort of sheer across just reality in front of your face. And you see the pop and the scroll drops in front of you.
I will open it up.
Open it up. It is scratchy but beautiful handwriting. And it simply says, Marin, come to the front of the guild headquarters. I'll meet you there.
All right, here we go.
And Silas sort of like wrings his hands. He's like, oh, God.
Oh, it'll be fine. I'll be on my best behavior, I promise.
I'm not worried about you.
How bad could it be?
I look up to him, and I just don't...
Aww.
Shut up.
That's cute. All right, let's
sort of. He doesn't like punch your shoulder, but he like shoves your shoulder a little bit, and he just starts walking.
Just embarrassed. Oh, it's so cute.
Shut up. But he continues on, and eventually you guys do fairly easily find the guild headquarters. The Guild of the Gates, their headquarters is kind of built like a small castle, almost like a Bailey castle. where it's this round structure that encloses a courtyard, but it also has this huge sort of inner structure as well. And when you guys come up to the front of it, you can see standing guard out front, mostly elves and humans. There are people in green, black, and white armor. And they're just sort of patrolling the perimeter, a little bit more heavily guarded than some of the other guilds. And one of them sees you guys approaching and stops. This youngish looking elf, no helmet, long sort of auburn hair. And she walks up to you guys and says, "Can I help you?"
Oh yeah, we're just we're waiting for someone.
May I ask who?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he's using his real name.
She gets a weird look on her face, and Silas says, "We're looking for Captain Lauren." And she nods and says, "Oh, and she sort of points toward the gate. She says, "Yes, he's waiting just inside."
Wonderful. Thank you.
And she nods, kind of giving you a look as you go by. Who hesitates on a name?
Well,
only people who are shady.
Yeah, I know, but I should have asked before, but I didn't.
But you guys head up to the gate, which is sort of this the classic like portcullis and like wooden gate, but it's currently all open, and the guards sort of watch you guys as you go by. You notice they are very, very like perceptive. They see everything that happens. It almost looks like they're on alert. But stepping through the portcullis, you see, I'll actually show you what he looks like because I've had a picture for him for fucking ever.
Yay.
I gotta bring you back to the character screen. References Lauren. I don't know why I spelled his name that way, but sure. Where is he?
I love how half of our allies are just animals.
Yeah.
Dana, Mia, Lucan, Bulwark. They're all just pictures
I love
of animals.
how Bull is just, oh, damn.
Yeah.
He's like Silas, but grizzled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that is exactly what Lauren is.
Oh, he's also a PNG, so he's got a transparent background.
Hell yeah. Stepping it up.
Yeah.
No, he just happened to come this way. But you see a gentleman who looks decidedly like Silas.
A gentleman and a lady.
What?
No, I don't know. I just felt the urge to say that, and so I said it. And
Gentleman and a scholar.
Oh yeah, that's that's what I was thinking of.
I mean, he's a chaser. He is a scholar. Anyway, you see a gentleman, definitely grizzled, older version of Silas. Few streaks of silver in his hair because he is a fair bit older. In this exact outfit, this long, double-breasted brown coat, sort of rugged, belted boots, riding breeches, thick belt around the middle. And you do see that one of his sleeves is rolled up. You don't see these markings in his hand, but one of his sleeves is rolled up and the other one is rolled down and his hand is covered by wrappings. Almost looks like he got burned. But he does have a full sort of goatee, and you see his eyes are this sort of amber red color. Not unnatural, but definitely a strange color. And as he approaches, he's sort of like pulls his hair back in like a messy ponytail and steps up and says, Marin, right?
Yes, Lauren.
And he is American. Just letting you know, his mother had that accent. And he greets you first, like specifically greets you first. And Silas just stands there like, oh, I see how it is. But he steps up and shakes your hand with his, it would be the opposite hand of usual because the other one's covered up. And he smiles at you and says, I think it's pretty belated, but welcome to the family. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And he turns to Silas and just sort of tilts his head and smiles. And Silas looks up at him, kind of embarrassed. And he's like, I don't get a hug or anything. And Silas is like, oh. And he steps up and wraps his arms around him. And Lauren pats him on the back and says, it's good to see you too. I know I've been gone a while. Don't be mad. And he sort of keeps a hand on his shoulder and looks between the two of you and says, I'd invite you guys to dinner or something, but it's kind of crazy around here right now. What can I help you with?
Yeah, well, our lives are pretty crazy right now too.
I've heard.
Yeah. Don't want to know how much you've heard, but... Justine. Oh, yeah. But anyway, we're wanting to see if somebody in the guild is a good code cracker and is available for a rush job.
I mean, I'm not too bad at it, but I can. What are we looking at? What are we working with?
I'll take the book out, hold it up to him.
He takes it and flips it open. You can see he's not using his wrapped up hand too much, but he can still kind of use his fingers. And flips it open, says, okay, so this is, this is old Thunar.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had a couple wizards look at it, and apparently it doesn't make much sense translated, so it has to be in some sort of code.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he sort of holds it in the crook of his arm and reaches down into his belt, and you see him withdraw a wand, and he sort of traces it across the lines on the page, and you see them, you see his eyes light up, and he glances over. He says, oh, yeah, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
That seems to be the general reaction. So.
Where did this come from?
Family.
Oh.
Yeah.
That family?
Unfortunately.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Well, I know you and I obviously haven't met before, but I get what you're working with here. I think I know somebody who can do this and keep their trap shut.
That'd be great. Yeah, I'm as few people who have eyes on it as possible.
Yeah, I gathered.
Yeah.
I don't know everything, but Justine's kept me pretty well up to date. In fact, I was hoping I'd be able to catch you guys in Konstanos sometime.
Yeah.
But come in, and I'll see if I can get a hold of her. Okay. And he closes the book, sort of shoves it into his jacket where it's sort of hard to see that it's on him, and takes you guys into the courtyard and into the Bailey. Silas is sort of following along, but you'd notice he's got like a little skip in his step, like he's excited to be around his big brother. Yeah, it's sort of you've seen him get excited before, but this is like that little kid, like, oh yay, one of my favorite people.
It's so cute.
Yeah, he's sweet. Takes you inside, and you are welcomed into a fairly wide hall that takes up most of the interior room of this Bailey castle. And it's just sort of like a meal hall, essentially. It's crammed with tables and chairs, and it looks like a lot of folks are in here at the moment just getting food before they go back out and do whatever. You can sort of tell immediately who the chasers are and who the other people are, because all the chasers look grizzled like Lauren. They all have scars. They all have, some of them have like casts on here and there. Some of them look like they just got back from traveling. Some of them look like they're geared up to go start traveling. But the people who are not chasers all look like scholars. They all look like the heaviest thing they can lift is a big book. And it's quite the divide, though you see everybody talking to everybody else. Lauren brings you guys up to a table and says, just chill here for a second. We're not going to look it over here, but I need to go see if I can steal a room or something. Feel free to grab food, grab a drink, whatever you want. Yeah. If anybody bugs you, just tell him the captain said no, and he walks away.
I look at Silas and I'm like, he seems nice.
He's the best. He's very gruff and very sweet.
Mm-hmm. I'm gathering that. Yeah.
It's he takes after his mother.
Mm. Was she likable?
Definitely, yes.
Okay.
I have no idea how she got involved with our father.
Yeah, he has a track record for not great romantic partners.
Who was his mom? She's dead.
Shocker.
Shocker. All of Silas Moore Second's wives are now dead.
That is true.
Yeah.
Where is it? It's not here. I actually want to know her name now. Hold on 1 second. I know where it is.
Deborah.
How about yourself?
Deborah.
Karen.
Amy.
Oh, Amy.
Karen. Oh, God.
Absolutely not.
Mary Jo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane.
Jamie Lynn.
Yeah, one of those, like, two names.
Yeah. Ashlyn. Jamie Lynn.
Yep.
Carolyn. Oh. Also known as Dedalyn now.
We should have started calling her Carolyn.
Ritalin.
Yeah. Yep. Gosh, that bitch Ritalin. Fuck that lady.
I can totally see somebody being like, that's such a cute name. I'm going to name my baby
what?
Ritalin.
Yeah, I can see that too. And I'm just like, you shouldn't have children.
It's like the same. What is there? There was someone who actually had the name Chlamydia.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
It's like, come on, you guys.
Her name was Amelia Lexon.
Okay.
Amelia Lynn.
Yeah. Amelia Lynn. It's all Lynn. Yep.
Yeah.
No. I refuse.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was Amelia, Helena, and Cynthia.
Oh, they're all us at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were they okay? Wait, is this like Bewitched? Were they all witches? Were they all wizards and warlocks and shit?
No. Cynthia was the only witch.
Okay.
Sorceress. Amelia was mostly just unfortunate.
Oh.
And then
Fair.
Helena was a bitch.
Oh.
Like not Cynthia level of bitch, but like a bitch. Helena was the Karen.
Okay.
I don't know why I keep saying Helena.
That's
It's supposed to be Helena, but fuck it, it's Helena.
Helena.
I always call her Helena. Who was the okay, so Warren was the dead brother. The one that Silas killed.
Several dead brothers.
Well, no, the one that Silas killed was Warren.
Yes.
Whose mom was his?
Amelia. It was her youngest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Okay, so
cool.
just for your background and for anybody who cares, Silas Moore the First had one wife, Janine Caramon.
Janine.
Fucking Janine.
God damn it, Janine.
And they had 3 children, Darian, Cecilia, and Silas.
Darian?
Yes. Silas killed both of his siblings, I believe.
I mean, fair.
He may not have directly killed Darian, but he definitely killed Cecilia. Silas II had 3 wives. Amelia had Lauren, Amelia, her daughter, named after her, Leroy, and Warren. Only Lauren and Leroy are still alive. Helena had Zachariah, who's dead, Victoria, also dead, and Holt, who is still alive. And then Cynthia Versari had Silas, and with someone else had Justine.
Yeah.
But Silas adopted Justine
Cool.
after killing her dad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Well, he had to make her available for adoption, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There we go. But yeah, that could, for one thing,
the only other man that Cynthia ever loved. She never loved Silas. It was the only man Cynthia ever loved, rather.
Well,
fuck her. Who cares?
She was just like, well, I'm fucking done with that.
Yeah, she moved on to women.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's Lauren being Silas killing his
littlest brother from his mom.
I doubt he knows about that. Yeah, cool.
Do you want to find out? You could always ask.
I could, but
just put your damn foot in your mouth.
That would kind of be an asshole thing to do.
So do you know your little brother killed your other little brother?
No, I'd probably ask Silas before I would ask him.
Yeah.
But
true. Boring. Okay.
I'm not just going to be like, so, hey, let's spill all the secrets that
Let's talk about all the murders that have happened amongst your family. And how your dad killed everybody.
Yeah.
Anyway, as you guys sit waiting, there are a few people actually sort of working in this area, like almost like it's treated like a tavern. And this little gnome woman sort of comes over to you guys' table, and she's got like the apron and everything, and she looks up at you guys and says, "Can I get you anything?"
Just
hungry, thirsty?
I will have an apple and
okay.
And some sort of breakfast appropriate alcohol.
Are you sure that's all you want?
Yep.
It's not very substantial. You're a thin little thing.
It's fine. I'm good. I'm great.
Okay. And she looks at Silas and says, I'll have whatever's for breakfast, just a small portion, please. And she nods and says, all right, we're outsiders. And she just takes off.
I love how, sorry, sidebar, but like fucking Marin can make anything awkward.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally anything. And I'm not sure if it's just Ash or if it's like
Ash.
actually Marin.
It's Ash.
I would like an apple.
I think so. Marin is very confident when it comes to like, I have a goal and a purpose, and I can intimidate, whoever I want to. But when it's just like casual, like interactions with
social
people,
niceties.
Yeah.
All right. But eventually she comes back not too long before Lauren, and she brings you guys drinks, and she does bring you a little, like she brings Silas a little bit more than he asked for, and she sort of pushes an extra plate toward you, and she walks away. She doesn't charge you guys anything. And Lauren steps up, sits down, and the lady soon comes back and just plonks a big tankard in front of him. He says, "Thank you, Taiylor." And she walks away.
Hey there, Delilah.
Hey there, Delilah.
What's it like in Konstanos?
That doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
And Lauren
We need an extra syllable.
leans on the table, looks at you guys, and says, so, couple things. She's kind of eccentric, the lady who's helping us with this. And she took one look at that thing, and she did not want to look over it here.
Okay.
Do you know that book's enchanted?
No. What? With what?
We're working on it. But we're going to go meet her elsewhere.
Okay.
Because it's a little suspicious.
Okay.
This came from your Alistair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I figured.
I don't know what.
So there was so many eyebrow movements going on, and then he just said Alistair anyway.
Yeah.
There was so much hinting, and they're just like, you're like, Alistair. You're like, why did you even, what was the point of all that?
Because I couldn't come up with anything to say. Because if he said like her dad, that would be like insulting.
No, I know, but I love it because that now Lauren is perpetually this way. There's like always hinting at something, but like we'll just say it.
Are you, fucking?
That could be a thing.
I love that. That would be a hilarious quirk.
No, he's a chaser. But yeah, he says, so finish up your stuff and we'll go talk to her. She's going to meet us at her place.
I kind of just like take a huge swig of whatever I was given to drink and pick up the apple, and I'm like, I'm ready to go right now. Let's go.
I mean, you don't have to rush.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
And he sees this reaction, he just gets this smile on his face. Like the kind of smile that Silas occasionally gets when you're just like, I'm fine, it's all fine, yeah. He's just like, Are you okay?
Sorry, I'm just we've been awake for a while, and just got that there's a lot that's happened within the last day with us, like the last month, I guess.
Anything safe to say in public that you can update me on?
No.
All right.
Well, okay. Well,
don't hit on anything you're not sure about.
Well, I'm sure everybody already is going to figure this out. Silas's mom is dead.
You see this look come over his face that's like, oh, thank God, but he doesn't actually say it. He like catches himself. He's like, that's... And he looks at Silas, like looking for his reaction. And Silas does look like he's not happy about it, but he's not sad either. And Lauren's like, that's a thing? All right. Sai, you okay? And Silas sort of shrugs and says, well, I mean, she was my mother, but it's a good thing she's gone. And Lauren nods slowly and says, okay, then I'm not going to comment. Because we both know that I have nothing good to say about her. And Silas nods.
Same here. Don't worry.
And Lauren like leans over to you, so Silas can't hear. He'd be like, who did it? Who finished her off?
Our friend, he's an Elixir, but Sai helped.
Oh, God. Well, if we run into that person, just remind me to like buy them a drink.
Okay.
And he pulls
he
back.
doesn't drink.
Oh, okay. I'll buy him a meal. I don't know.
Okay. I'm sure he eats.
I'm sure he, yeah. I'm bad at meeting new people.
Me too. Hey.
Hey, yeah, all right.
There you go.
You'd think being an officer in the Chasers would mean that you have some level of like charisma, but no.
Yeah. What do you need charisma for? Besides
magic.
Magic, yeah. Yeah.
Nah. I'm good with what I've got. And he sits back, still drinking from his tankard, and Silas motions toward his wrapped up hand and said, "And what have you gotten into lately?" And Lauren looks down at his hand and says, "Oh, you know, dragons, realm gates, all that fun shit."
I look over at Silas. I'm like, I'm gonna lean in so that Lauren can't hear. And I'm like, how much do you trust your brother here?
With my life.
Should we tell him about Nikolai?
Probably not here.
Well, no.
But we should try to work into it, yes.
Okay.
And okay. Lauren's just watching you guys, like.
Just gonna sit back and just kind of like, yeah.
I assume I'll be updated later?
Yes.
Okay. But as you guys finish up your stuff, he takes you out of the guild walk. He takes you back to one of the circles and takes you over to... He takes you into... Where would she be? So I guess it's part of Angius. Takes you to the outer village of Angius that sits on the edge of the Aranath forest. And you guys walk a ways, like to the edge of this village, the outer edge of the entire city. Right about... Sure.
Okay. You have to switch it over to the map.
Oh, whoops. I did.
I see it.
Oh, why do I not?
Hold on, let me try switching it back and forth.
Ah, there it is. Now I see it.
Right here.
Right there.
Where this sort of area has a lot of farm fields in it, and a couple like there's logging operations nearby, and there's a few houses around here. And Lauren takes you to one really cute little cottage with like a clay shingled roof. And it's surrounded by a little fence, and it has like a goat in the yard, and it's just like pure cottage core.
No.
It's just adorable, and it's covered in ivy. And he goes up and like knocks on the door, and immediately it opens, and he just steps right through with you guys. And inside, you see there is a female Minotaur who is in similarly like dusty, beaten up clothes. The Chasers don't really have a uniform. The only thing that they all share in common is the 9 rings symbol that they wear. And she welcomes you guys in, this beautiful like dark brown Minotaur in sort of regular, almost frayed at the edges, like leathers and linen shirt and whatnot. And you see she's got the sort of end of one of her ears like clipped off and whatnot. But she welcomes you guys in and says, "All right, well, I guess this is," and she looks at Silas and says, "I recognize his face anywhere. And you must be Marin."
You got it.
And she reaches out a humongous hand, because Minotaurs are massive. And she says, "My name's Ona."
I'll shake her hand. Nice to meet you.
And I understand you, she reaches into her own coat and pulls out the journal. I understand you brought this to us?
Yep, that would be me.
So while you were all on your way here, I actually had a moment to sit down and look it over, and I think I'm onto something. This is, I really think it's just sort of a personal journal, but the things written inside of it are strange. They seem like plans, travel. Come here. And she brings you guys over to a table where she has just like almost like a butcher block style table with 4 chairs around it. And she lays the journal down. You can see there's a note sheet there that she's already started writing out a cipher. Because this woman is amazing. And she shows you some of the things that she's already written out. And among them, you can see that she's sort of taking like shorthand notes of what she can read. And you see listed Frosthold, Tower, library, and a couple notes here and there about like directions. She says, most of what I can see in here, there's a few things that are sort of almost... They're almost double encoded, distinctive information that's hard to pull apart. I'm still working on those, but the general knowledge in here seems to be about traveling to someplace in Frosthold, this tower in the middle of the lake, and I took a moment to ask for a couple maps of Frosthold to see if I could figure out maybe where it was going for. And she shows you, she also has like a stack of papers on this table. She pulls out a map of Frosthold, the sort of peninsula. It says, and there's a couple potential places that I think this is talking about. The most likely one that I can gather based on what's written here is a place called Gunlinger Tower. It's literally a tower in the middle of a lake. Nothing else on the island.
Hold on.
I can spell that for you if you need.
Yeah, well, okay. My Microsoft Word is fucking bitch, so I'm going to start writing hand notes because...
Probably a good idea.
It won't let me open up my old notes. So what is...
I just sent it in chat, but it's Gungnir, Gungnir Tower.
Okay. Okay.
Inspired by the spear.
Yes. Okay. You said this was a personal journal. Does it...
Yes.
Is there any idea of how far back it goes?
The earliest entries seem to be this past summer. The first entry mentions being in... She sort of flips back to it. Mentions being somewhere in Lochmanos, though not specifically where, and it's written by a different person. I don't know who this is.
Oh.
And she sort of shows you the handwriting where it changes over. The older handwriting you don't know, but where it changes over, it immediately becomes Alistair's handwriting.
What is it talking about in that other person's handwriting?
Well, I'm going to assume that this person is also some sort of arbiter. They talk about setting up, she reads through it, says, talks about contacting nobles in Cascasval to set up sort of drop-off points in Lochmanos for the arbiters.
Okay.
Which, based on some things that we've heard recently, we don't know exactly who the person is, but there are camps and checkpoints and drop-offs starting to appear in Lochmanos, especially on the northern coast. Whoever this person is, we'd love to know, because they're obviously helping out. It says that they're helping figure out the right places that are hidden away. It doesn't give any specific details, so I wouldn't be able to track them down, but they seem like someone important in the process.
Yeah, I look at Silas and I'm like, that doesn't sound like Kellogg.
Doesn't it, though?
I don't know.
He's a slave trader.
Well, he's not an arbiter, and well, I guess he's a slave trader, but...
And Ona says, Kellogg? Who's this?
All right. Well, we're
Good
far enough
question.
away from civilization where we can start spilling some details. Alistair Altera is a lich.
And you see both her and Lauren just be like, oh shit.
Yep.
And Lauren pulls out his own journal and starts writing notes.
His phylactery is a man only known as Kellogg.
No other name? No other identity aliases?
Not that we've come across. He's a drow. He... From my sister and our friend, we found out that he ran a haberdashery in
Millinery,
in Port Nataline, which was burned down. And he's been a little MIA ever since then, except for when he appears with Alistair because of that connection.
I see. So, do you know if this will sound like a stupid question, but do you know if Kellogg is in control of Alistair Altera or the other way around?
It seems like Kellogg is the one orchestrating things. I think, I don't know, at first I thought maybe it was just they were friends and Alistair...
And Lauren chuckles at that.
Well, friends and the
Alistair with friends.
Yeah. And friendly-ish acquaintance. And I thought maybe Alistair was just looking for somebody who was dumb enough to take on that responsibility and put a target on their back. But the more that I think about it and the more I hear about this Kellogg, it gets more and more suspicious. It feels strategic, and I feel like it's tied to something, who he actually is, what he's actually doing. I think Alistair was some sort of means to an end, but I'm not sure what.
So are we thinking that maybe Alistair was looking for some kind of scapegoat and got wrapped up in this, or do you think it was planned by both sides?
I think Alistair is a worm, and he wanted a way where he wouldn't have to die, especially when he knew that me and my sister were out for blood. And so he found a way, and that was the way. And I'm not sure if he knows what Kellogg is up to otherwise or not. I just know that...
What is Kellogg up to?
We don't know.
Oh.
That's the other thing.
All right. So Drow, Kellogg, assume Guy, Port Nataline, Millinery. Okay. And Lauren is writing this down. He says, would the local Caskers happen to know who he is? Or know of him at all?
I don't remember. I don't think so. Were we...
I think they told us where the trade was happening.
The Caskers did?
I thought so.
No, that was Laura Bain.
I mean,
Laura
isn't
Bain
she
told
connected with the Caskers?
The Wardens and the Caskers do work together in Port Nataline.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you guys were specifically assigned by Laura, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Caskers are sort of the anti-hero arbiters who are just smugglers and do good shit.
Yeah. I mean, that's not entirely known. I would assume that if he had a shop set up there,
Yeah.
he was some sort of known to them.
Yeah. And I'm sure they'd remember something about a shop burning down. I'll reach out to Mary Warda, and he looks at Ona and she nods. And Lauren taps on the journal and says, okay, so the other writer in here, though, this, are you sure that this is or is not Kellogg, or?
I'm not sure. I can't be positive.
Well, we'll look into that, but the stuff that Alistair wrote, and Ona starts going through it, basically giving you the gist of what it says, which is essentially traveling from Lochmanos down toward Irakel with the intention to get to Frosthold. She mentions that Alistair wrote that he's avoiding using any large displays of magic because he's worried that it will get someone's attention. And so he is going mostly by ship and by horseback, just to blend in, basically.
Okay.
And as she gets toward the end of the journal, she kind of stops and she says, oh, this doesn't sound good. So, from what I understand from Lauren, Alistair Altera is not your father. He's just an adoptive father.
Yeah, he took my sister and I in when we were younger.
Does he have a habit of adopting children?
We had a couple brothers that lived with us. I don't...
Because he mentions Ford by name in here. And it's not any of you that I know of. And she takes the starts decoding the names because names are harder because they're not words. And she writes down the names, a couple names that are definitely Lochmany. One of them is Zhao, who she gathers from description is a tiefling. One of them is Bart. She doesn't gather what race he is, only that he is covered in scars. There is one referred to as Ava, that she's a little bit confused about the description because she is described as a barn owl.
Oh. I was about to say, we rescued Ava and Saoirse.
It is not spelled the same way.
Okay.
It appears to be a nickname.
Okay.
And then the last...
described as a barn owl?
A barn owl.
So she's a... Okay, all right.
She's one of the
a barn owl with a broken arm wing. And then the last one is Chen, who also appears to be a tiefling.
Okay.
And as she names them off for you, she says, it looks like he picked up these, they sound like children. Looks like he picked up the tieflings in Lochmanos and then picked up this stowaway boy, but on a ship. And then this barn owl, I'm going to assume he's talking about like some sort of bird person, maybe an Aarakocra, picked them up in northern Irakel.
So this is recently?
Yes, this Ava is mentioned on the second to last page, right before it ends.
Okay. I'll have to ask. Actually, you know what? I'm going to jot down a really quick note on the message scroll to Clay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to be like, hey, really quick, did you see anyone else with Alistair, like kids or associates, anything like that when he talked to you.
Yeah, and you
Send it.
send that off, and Ona's like, what was that?
Don't worry about it. Magic stuff.
All
I'm
right.
just, yeah, I'm just double checking something from the person who I got this book from. So,
And fairly quickly, Clay does answer and says, I didn't see anybody else with him, but he did have a cart drawn by 2 horses.
cool. Okay. That's fucking weird.
And as it comes back, Ona is just like, that looks useful. How do you get one of those?
No, wizard.
All right, you may have to introduce me to that wizard.
I certainly will.
Okay. Well, what did he say?
He said that this is one of Alistair's biological sons.
Oh.
He was given this book by Alistair. And he said he appeared to be alone, but he did have a horse-drawn cart that was covered, so the kids could be in there.
So you didn't steal this from Alistair?
No, he gave it to his kid.
Why in the name of the gods would Alistair
I don't know.
just tell everyone what he's up to?
I don't know.
Have you talked to him recently?
No, I honestly haven't actually talked to him in 2 years. Not since I look at Silas and I'm like, not since you kicked his ass back in Moore's Rest.
Then Silas nods. He says, yes, I don't believe that a bullet through the head counts as a conversation.
Not really, no.
And Ona looks across at Lauren and says, well, I mean, you know this man as well. Maybe not as well as they do, but I thought you said he was a coward. Why would he tell anyone what he's up to? And Lauren shrugs, says, I don't know. Maybe he wants someone to find him.
But why? That defeats the whole purpose of all of this.
I don't know. People who are self-obsessed people work on a different level. I don't understand them. But
does that journal give any other descriptions about those kids if they had a specific hair color or something like that?
And Ona goes back through and says, the only mention I see is that the boy Bart has dark hair, and no other mentions of hair color.
Doesn't make any sense either. I thought maybe if he still, I don't know, was trying to make the Highland cult get something that they would want, but
and Lauren's like, what? He's part of the cult now.
He wasn't officially, but he was an associate of theirs for a long time.
I mean,
and he has a particular penchant for redheads.
That would be a Highland cult thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and it's the whole reason that he even eyed me in the first place, so...
Well, tieflings usually don't have red hair. Usually. And Aarakocra usually don't have hair.
Cool, so that I guess he has nothing to do with the cult then.
Well, we don't know for sure, but
probably. Well, I just don't know. None of that makes any sense.
No. I mean, we can send some people down there to sort of scope the place out.
If that's not going to be... I don't want to put anyone in danger over this.
Well, Alistair's not exactly high on the list of threats, mostly because he only poses a threat when he is threatened. But now knowing he's a lich, I'm worried about what he's going to do with his eternal life if nobody takes it away from him. I don't know. And him handing over this journal like he wants people to find him.
That does kind of make it seem like Kellogg might be pulling some strings.
Maybe.
Like Kellogg has the upper hand overall in
Yes.
that. He can destroy his phylactery whenever he wants. So
I'll put in a discreet message to some of our chasers down there, see if they can take a look in the area. At the very least, we want to figure out which tower they're talking about. There's a couple.
okay.
And I'll let you know if I find anything out.
Okay.
But yeah, we've got some bigger problems on our plate, if you haven't noticed the dragons.
Yeah, we're gonna try and help with that.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Before we get on that subject, going away from that asshole, I'm sure you're familiar with a guy named Nikolai Eulengrad.
Yep.
Are you aware that he has split affiliations?
What do you mean?
We recently found out from Silas's mother that he is a mole in the Guild of the Gate, and he's actually part of the Highland cult. A high-ranking
I think you're confused.
or no?
No, he works for us.
Yeah, he works for you and them.
No, he's our agent with them.
Wait.
Oh,
Are you
great.
saying that
Fucking
he's-
Severus Snape over here.
So wait, you're saying that he's actually your plant?
Yes and no. This is I really shouldn't be telling you this.
No, you really should.
Well, considering what you guys are up to, maybe. All right, yes, he's a white cloak, we know. He was raised to become a white cloak.
Okay, not sounding good.
Hold on. When he was 11, 12, something like that, his parents, one of which was the previous white cloak for Garrett Aldathos, tried to infiltrate the guild and succeeded. But they also got their son an education with the guild, and we managed to swing him to our side without blowing his parents' cover. So he grew up following in their footsteps, helping us get into the cult to try to dismantle it in Garrett Aldathos.
And you just believe him?
He's never given us a reason to think that he's gone back on his word.
That doesn't make me feel any sort of good.
So you think he's like triple agenting us?
Yeah. It's a possibility. I don't know anything about him, but
I mean, he's a pretty good guy. He's looked after this guild like it's his own family his entire life.
well, they're getting close to a lot of world-ending shit.
We're aware, thanks to Nico.
I'm just saying if he I don't know. I don't know. He has a very important key to what we're doing.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna whip out Flameheart staff form.
They both look pleasantly surprised, but not shocked.
So we're trying to kill Older Highland.
Yeah, we know.
Okay. He's got the Gullahide, and I'll flip Flameheart back.
I think you're mistaken.
Cynthia Moore said that he has it.
And what's her reason to tell you the truth?
Well, she's dead, and I told her that I would fulfill a deal with Senna for her if she told me that.
So does that make you the double agent?
I was going to do that deal with Senna anyway.
Oh.
Senna and I are like this. Like, come on, it's fine.
That's not heartening.
Well, she is the one who is like transferring these saves over to us.
We know. The Sentinels are our sort of founding organization. We're still very close with them. We know what's going on up there. At least officers in the guild do. I can look into it, but Nico he's been with us since he was 11. It's almost 40 years now.
And he's been with the cult longer.
He was born into it, not by choice, like a lot of people.
I'm just saying time, if you're going by how long loyalties are owed, then the cult is long. But I would love to think that you're right and everything, but we've been backstabbed too many times.
Well, you said you think he has the Gullahide.
Yes.
If he does, he hasn't told us. So if that's true, then you're right.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't have it, then I feel like it's safe to continue trusting him. One of his goals for a long time has been to acquire one of the staves for us so that we can seal it away. But now that your crew is tethering them to people, we've been looking into the idea of potentially doing that with one of our trustworthy members, not a member of the Highland cult who works for us.
Well, we actually gave that to you. You're welcome. Ithane Malnark will be getting in contact with you all shortly.
You found Molly.
Yep.
And you gave him a staff.
Yep.
What is wrong with you?
We had no other choice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So overall, I will say you're welcome.
That wasn't our first pick. Ooh. Is there any way to undo that?
There is. Don't know how, but there is. Okay. Apparently. We'll see.
Molly's a good guy. He's great. He does his job really well most of the time. But he's kind of
stupid?
Yeah. More spontaneous. And when you're talking about power that big, potentially world-ending power, spontaneity is not the greatest characteristic.
I look over at Silas and I'm like, you want to tell them about my track record?
Lauren just puts his head in his hand. She's like, oh god, we're all gonna die.
Yeah, probably. Okay.
Well, I mean, if all else fails, we'll just run to the Feywild. I have one-way ticket.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to try and, fix this world, or keep it from blowing up.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, I know a few folks who are... It's sort of their job to be suspicious of Nico, who I can talk to about this, and we can see if we can covertly see what he's been up to.
I mean, we were also planning on going to the Realm Gate.
Great.
After...
Then you can come with me.
Yeah. So, well, we were going over there to get the Gallhide from him.
I hope desperately that he does not have it.
We'll see.
Because that's... This guild works off a very deep sense of trust and family. And the few traders that we've ever had have caused massive problems in the past. And if someone as high up on the chain as Nico were to be a traitor after all this time...
I
don't even know what
I sincerely do hope that it isn't true. I would love to totally believe that Cynthia Moore was just being her bitchy, lying self, but also she had nothing left to lose.
Well, I need to make it very clear that nothing that we've said in this room can leave this room.
Obviously.
And if you are ever under threat of a zone of truth or mind reading, I desperately need you to resist it with everything you have.
Trust me. I would do that anyway.
Okay, great. He looks toward Ona, who's still looking through the journal. And she makes a few more notes and actually hands it back to you with her notes. Says, that's the gist of all the important bits I can see. Most of it is ledger material, sort of keeping track of finances outside the usual journal entries.
Did he mention anything about me or my sister, Sylphie?
I did see the name Sylphie in here, yes.
What did he
And
say?
she flips to it. It's getting toward the end, and she reads it off, and it says, I understand that the, what would he refer to you guys as? Probably just refer to you as like something generic, because he's mostly generic in this journal. It just says, I understand the group is meaning to bring back Sylphie. And Ona says, and it says, I hope they succeed.
Okay.
And that's the only mention.
Okay, I'll take the book from her. I'm like, all right, this was helpful. Thank you. Silas, we should probably go. And I'm gonna stand up and walk out.
He stands up with you, and Lauren stands up as well and says, I have some other work to get to, but I understand you guys are going to have sort of a meeting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
I and a lot of the other chasers are probably going to be around, so...
Try not to be too close by. I think we want to keep it rather personal so that she doesn't get overwhelmed.
You're going to try to talk her down?
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
Well, I figure it's better than trying to kill her.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll keep our distance, but be safe. Don't show that journal to anybody. And preferably don't tell anyone that you don't know anything about this entire situation.
Yeah, yeah.
Be careful. And I'll probably see you guys tomorrow.
Okay, I'll leave.
We just spent 2 hours on that.
Meh.
Yeah.
Meh.
All right, Kit and Sylvie.
Yeah. We're going down to the beach.
Let's get on. Yeah, you guys do you guys walk down or do you take the circle?
Oh, we definitely take a circle. Fuck
Okay.
walking. That takes
So you head into the Obsidia Circle and you emerge from an open air building, mostly built out of columns that has the set of circles inside. And this opens out into most of them open out into market areas, and you can see traders from further away, people selling like exotic goods. You can see fishmongers, you can see entire like covered market strips in this area. And just beyond the bounds of this square-shaped market, you see these humongous warehouses. And you can see, even from where you are, just the massive sails and masts out on the sea and at the piers where all the ships are. And as you guys step out into the market, Sylvie looks around, kind of wrinkles her nose at the smell of fish, and says, "Okay, are we going to like a dock or like a beach somewhere?"
Let's go to the beach so we can
Go get away.
God damn
we probably don't want to summon a kraken next to a bunch of boats.
I mean, are we doing that?
Not today.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully.
Mm.
And she follows your lead.
It's just like old times.
Yay!
It's just getting Sylvie.
We go down there to that sandy place where water meets land. And
Yeah, that's why it's called sand. Sea meets land.
uh-huh.
No,
And
it's not.
Yes, it is. You can
It
tell me
is?
otherwise. No.
no, it's not.
Okay.
And then we
That would be good though, right?
That would be so
it would be
dumb.
fucking ridiculous. I have Taiylor's ring on one hand and I have the birch heart on the other one, so I'm gonna put the Taiylor's hand in the water and be like, "Hey Maz, we need to talk."
Okay. And you wait a moment, and Sylvie just stands there with her arms crossed, just looking out toward the horizon. And soon you see a little wiggly orange dot coming toward you. Just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'll grab Sylvie and be like, "All right, come on," and like we step out into the water.
My feet are
And-
gonna get wet.
Yep, they are. And I cast.
She like tosses off her boots before she steps in.
I cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And I look at Maz and I'm like, "All right, Maz, how are you doing, first of all?"
Great.
That sounded sarcastic.
No, I was honest.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Lots happening.
Yes, it is. We need to talk to Taiylor. Can you take us there?
Like right now?
Yes.
She's kind of busy.
What? Busy with what?
She's a Titan, and she does all the other Titans' jobs for the most part. She's always busy.
Do you think she has time for someone called a Larka?
Oh, like
Yes, that guy.
Like, is he here?
I kind of turn and show him the frostbite on my ear. I'm like, he talked to me.
Oh no. Oh no.
My new favorite thing is to freak out the gods.
Oh god. Yeah, come, and he like waves a fin at you, and he like swims out further, and under the water where it's harder to see from shore in case anybody's watching, he turns into a large orange orca whale.
Oh, not a dragon. He's a creamsicle whale.
Yeah, he looks like Caleb.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
all right, we grab on. I'll like look at Sophie. I'll be like, "Come on, get on the fish."
Okay, and she comes up and grabs onto him.
I literally almost was like, okay, I'm coming. I'm like, no, that's something.
Yeah, but she swims out and grabs onto him. And
When
Maz
you and
just
Silas do something from now on, I'll play Silas.
No.
And then you can play Sophie.
No, God, no.
You may not.
Marin, darling.
No.
Hello.
Divorce.
Divorce.
No, that would make you sound like I'll.
I just wanted to make a really dark joke, but
Mad
I'm
and
not going to.
darling. Yes.
What? No, say it now.
You said divorce, and I was like, wouldn't be the first time somebody said that to me. Sorry.
That's dark.
It is real dark, but yeah, okay.
All right.
We'll go.
Honestly, on like the scale of our humor, that's like medium dark though.
Yeah, that's like that's a medium roast.
Yeah.
we get pretty.
I think we all spend far too much time together at this point.
Probably.
We're finishing each other's sandwiches, which is a problem. Yeah.
Gosh, sandwich sounds so good right now.
It does.
I
I'm
ate
eating
some
Fast Panda though.
Fast Panda.
That's what we call it.
I made a hot dog while you guys were talking.
God. Anyway,
a hot dog.
You guys shoot out into the open sea, and while at first it's difficult to hold on, at some point something takes over and just sort of like glues you guys to Maz as he just gets faster and faster and faster until you realize you're just rushing through open water faster than any living thing probably ever has. And eventually you start to feel the water grow extremely cold, and then eventually warmer and warmer as you see below you the sea floor comes up to meet you with this just river of beautiful coral and sea life all sort of intermixed together, and you see in the distance the drop off. And as Maz races toward it, he starts to yes, I know. Clownfish with the drop off.
They're going to the drop off. What are you insane? Sorry.
Oh my God! Nemo swimming out to sea.
He touched the butt.
Touch the butt. You guys approach this just sudden end to the coral reef, and you can see the sort of dusty, it's not smoke because it's underwater, but this just dusty ichor billowing up from below from vents near the lava flows. And you realize that you are back at the edge of Drozdana. And as Maz comes to a stop right next to the edge, Sylphie lets go. You both slowly, instead of drifting upward, you drift down to the bottom like you're being weighed down until your feet touch down in the sand. And Maz just shoots away into the abyss. And
I kind of just look at Sylphie and like, so, how are you doing?
I don't want to be here.
Okay. I mean, I can do most of the talking.
Yeah. She didn't even say sorry.
Oh, Taiylor, you mean?
I mean, she told you she was sorry, but she hasn't told me she's sorry.
Tell her you want to hear the S word.
She's a god.
Yeah?
She's supposed to help.
She tried.
Yeah.
I know it's not enough, but at the same time, like, I don't know.
You're not going to be able to say anything to make me feel better. I'm just mad
No, I
at
know.
something that I did to myself. It's not her responsibility to keep mortals from dying, I guess, but,
No.
knowing that she could have kind of, I don't know. I just feel some kind of way. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. Your feelings are valid. I validate your feelings.
Thanks, kid.
What? I'm trying to get better at being this thing that people are always looking for. Like this everybody wants to talk about stuff and like feel things. So I'm trying to be better about it.
What did Marin do to you?
You know what? She made me realize that I'm not as chaotic as I thought I was.
Okay.
She is. Just when you think like Marin's gonna do something intelligent, she does exactly the opposite. It's been a lot.
I mean, she doesn't do anything without a reason, at the very least.
Oh, she has reasons. But they're just not. I don't know. Sometimes they're good reasons, but I feel like the reason and the conclusion don't really line up, and they're just like, hopping all over the place. It can be. It's weird. It's a lot. Plus, I'm like the most important druid that's ever lived, so it's kind of there's a lot of responsibility on my shoulders now, I feel like. And I belong to 2 guides now. Like, what am I supposed to do?
I don't know, maybe check your fucking pride.
What about it? It's fine. It's there. I checked it.
You are just like pure ego.
Sometimes. I have to do that to balance out all the selfless acts that I do.
Maz, are you done yet? and eventually, you do see little clownfish Maz coming back, just wiggling his way along. And
as he's coming over, I whisper to Sylvie, I'm like, I did just give a guy a second chance on life, so I feel like I'm doing okay.
Yeah, but you picked a weird guy to do that to.
We'll see.
Like I agree, but still, like him.
I mean, I did hear everything you were saying about feeling so bad about him dying.
I didn't feel bad about him dying. I felt bad about his brother being totally okay with it and just fucking handing him over.
I might have misread that situation slightly.
I feel like a few people did.
But I just handed him back over to his brother, so I guess it'll be fine now.
Sure, totally.
Everything will be fine.
Yeah, we'll see in about 10 years.
Wonderful day in the neighborhood.
And Maz finally reaches you guys. He says, she's coming. 1 minute.
Okay. All right.
And
how long is 1 minute in God minutes? Is that like a couple days or like
a minute?
Oh, okay.
Like a you minute.
Oh, a me minute? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, it's already been at least 5 me minutes. What's going on?
No, I meant like a general. Never mind. And and you see as he's just finishes, you see rising up from the depths, not in her titanic form that you've seen her in before, but in a slightly larger than life, about an 8-9 foot figure arises from the depths of the trench before you. You see the long braided, almost seaweed textured hair, the dark sun-weathered skin, the skirts and top made of sailcloth and nets, and all these sort of hooks attached to her belt as she steps onto the edge of the drop-off and looks between the two of you, and her gaze stops on Sylphie, who's still standing there with her arms crossed, just looking up at Taiylor. And you see Taiylor holds this sort of stoic expression for a moment, until it sort of fails and her brows furrow and she sort of frowns. You see the shoulders drop ever so slightly. And Sylphie sort of reads this body language and says, "Don't make me feel bad." And Taiylor steps forward and offers out her battle-scarred, weather-worn hands to Sylphie. And Sylphie looks down at them, looks back up at her, said, You didn't even come talk to me at all." And Taiylor nods ever so slightly. And Sylphie sort of takes a step back and said, "You just left me there? Didn't do anything?" And Taiylor shakes her head. Sylphie sighs and says, "God damn it, I wish you could fucking say something just once." And Taiylor shakes her head, sort of lowering her head, and Sylphie just waves her away and says, "Kit, you talk at her. I don't know."
Okay. Hey, Maz, do you want to do the translating?
And he comes up and you see his body extend into his smaller dragon form, and he wraps around Taiylor and he looks toward Sylphie and says, "Are you sure you don't want to try to talk to her?" And Sylphie just shakes her head, says, I need a second. I gotta figure out how I want to phrase what I want to say without being a complete bitch. And Maz nods.
Huh. Okie doke. Well, let's you go while y'all are figuring that out. Let's jump right into it. So, Kenna McAmbaro has reconstituted the shield around the Monomarig using the overgrowth staff, which means she is now trapped fighting Ulgar Hydaelyn for control.
And Taiylor nods at this like she knows.
Okay. I tried to talk to her to see how things were going because the overgrowth is getting out of control. And I was cut off by Alarka.
And Taiylor pulls back and Maz like, whoa, okay. So that was just a flood of memories. And Taiylor looks at him and he's like, "Yeah, I know. I remember too. I was there." And Maz looks at you and says, Yeah, we're intimately familiar with him and the dissolution and the Age of Frost and everything. Did he say something? Or was it just screaming?
It was just screaming.
Oh.
And I don't know if he did that. I'm assuming he did it to stop me from gaining an edge over Ulgar because Ulgar is losing.
No, Kenna is losing.
Matt says that?
No, I'm telling you. In the fight between Kenna and Ulgar...
Oh, that's not what I meant.
Okay.
I meant as far as the staves
overall
go. Yeah, Ulgar is losing.
Yeah. Okay, I get you.
Mm-hmm. And I think he's just trying to stop us from gaining more of an edge than we already have. However, he's apparently working with... Did you tell me this, Marin? That Alarka is working with Kyla? Or did we find that out?
Oh, yeah, because, you spied on me when I was talking with
That's right.
Cynthia.
I sure did. Okay.
But, you didn't hear everything Cynthia said, but I figured I would just fill you in.
Yeah, we sort of agreed that you filled in stuff.
So, Alarka apparently has reached out to Kyla Uruvela, and they are trying to copy what we're doing with the staves, but in the opposite direction.
Oh, no.
Or for the cult, at least. They have
And
possession of the Galahide.
do you know who they're reaching out to?
As far as I know, they're trying to use the Realm Gate to find somebody to do it.
And he looks at Toldanost, who you can see she's thinking, and he says, I mean, it could be someone we don't even know, or it could be one of the entities that fought with us in the dissolution. It could be Sov, it could be Gion, it could be Styonix, or maybe it's somebody else.
Oh yeah, we heard about all those.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sort of united together under Ilarka back then, but once he was gone, they just sort of did their own thing.
So my concern is that we don't know if we're destroying Algar's soul.
Yeah, that's true. We don't know.
Senna has the core.
Yes.
The core is part of her. If they switch the Galahide, or if we get it and switch it over, the only piece that's left is the core.
And the Voxed.
And the Voxed, which we have technically. We can get a hold of that. But once we switch them over, I don't know if the core is just suddenly going to become whole. And he's going to come screaming back into existence.
I mean, it's possible.
And then
it won't be as strong as it would have been if it had the other staves, but if it is collecting the pieces of his soul, then there'll at least be him to deal with the amplifier.
Yeah. And I'm also worried that Senna is going to die before we get it all figured out.
And he looks at Toldanost, who you can see her just shake her head. Hold on. Who is she related to specifically? How much does she
break
care
out the
about
family
Senna?
tree?
Yeah. I need to know how close she is. Because I know that when Senna was Senna, like the original Senna, they were pretty close. Toldanost, is Atlaran's granddaughter, so that would make Senna her aunt by blood. And being that Atlaran and Senna were super duper close, yeah, she would be very close with her. And Maz, speaking for Toldanost, says, well, I mean, she's a god, was a god, so if patterns hold true, she can't die. I mean, she'll die, but that just means her physical form will be gone. But she's worried that if she dies again, this time there will be a lot more damage.
What do you mean?
She's still technically a ghost.
A lot more damage to her memories?
To her soul.
Okay.
When a god dies, they lose all of their physical raw power, and they go usually to the astral sea. That's where we take them when they die.
Mm-hmm.
And entities like Dalthair come back eventually and start rebuilding their power, but they're still not whole. Senna was killed by her son, and she didn't go to the astral sea because we couldn't find her in time. The demi-weir was raised before we could take her there to recover, so she's sealed on that side of the demi-weir. And she's still just a soul, not an avatar or a physical form. So if she were to be killed again, it might destroy her completely.
Okay. All right. We're trying to let her rest as much as possible because we have no one else to switch over anymore.
Well, when you're talking pieces of titanic power, literally, in these staves,
Yeah.
going through a fallen ghost of a god, you would need centuries, if not millenniums, for her to rest properly.
Oh.
When gods are wounded, sometimes they never heal. I mean, that's what happened to Ioun. That's what happened to Urseomat. They're both wounded from things that happened thousands of years ago.
Okay. All right. Just writing that down. So we don't really know how to keep Alarka out of the picture. Our idea is to kill Kyla, but I don't even know if we can.
Well, Ilarka is on the side of the demiware that all of the gods are on, including myself, not Taiylor. The Titans are, those that are left, are inside the demiware.
Mm-hmm.
Ilarka's on the outside with us. I'm just a projection. That's why I can't do much. But the staves were originally created to be a way to punch through the demiware.
That's my other concern, is that if they can get... I don't know if the staves still retain the power to do that.
I don't know. I mean, no one's ever done what you guys are doing.
Yeah. We knew it was helping, but we don't know what the limits are.
This is unprecedented stuff.
Yeah.
We can only find out by doing. But and he glances at Taiylor as she sort of like nods toward him. He says, She wants to know if Senna's helping you by choice.
Yes, we're not forcing her.
Okay.
I don't think we could.
Well, I mean, Olgar did.
We haven't coerced her in any way. She did it once by accident, when she removed the tether from Marin, and then we reached out to her to do it again. And she's been continuing to do it without prompting. Even when can barely stand, she continues to do it.
And you see Taiylor just shake her head, put a hand to her forehead, and Maz sighs and says, well, that's kind of expected for Senna, at least the way she used to be. I mean, if this is how she wants to help, we can't tell her no. But if there is any way you can keep her from being, I guess, finished off by the core, that would be helpful. We're trying to do things on our end too, but obviously we're limited. Between Taiylor having to carry the weight of almost all of the other Titans, and me just being an avatar, there's only so much we can do without other things going completely wrong.
Do you have any idea how to remove the core from her?
You're the only people who've ever figured out how to untether Olgar's soul.
Because I wonder if removing the core would stop his soul from coming back. Just because it's the main piece. But I don't know. I think at this point it would kill her to remove the core.
Possibly.
I know I talked to Maz about that pocket watch, but
And Taiylor nods.
it seems like Cynthia Moore also made a deal with Senna to get that pocket watch.
Toldanos looks at Maz and he says, "We actually had something to tell you about that after you last mentioned it."
You had something to tell me about it?
Mm-hmm. Or had something to tell you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. We looked into the white eel.
Yeah.
And we think you're right. We think it's either, it could be one of two things. It's either a creature looking in for Ilarka, or it is an avatar of Ilarka, which is not good because he's not supposed to be able to be here.
If he can, I mean, he damaged me. I don't. He
Yeah.
must be able to do something.
To be clearer, so after, during the dissolution, Talon, out of revenge for his kids and his wife, he cursed Ilarka to suffer unimaginable pain forever. And he sealed him back in his realm. He's not supposed to be able to come back to Atlaran, even outside of the Demiware. So he should not be able to cast an avatar inward or be able to physically influence anything in Atlaran. The fact that he can means he's broken out.
Or he broke out, or did someone set him free?
That's the other very disturbing question. Because we know the other three are still out there. They were also sealed away, but despite best efforts, you can't keep a god chained forever.
So, yeah. So there's that going on.
Yeah.
And then I also wanted to bring somebody to meet you, and I summon Nyx, like in staff form. Like somebody wanted to say hello to you.
Okay. As you summon Nyx's staff form, the staff sort of creates like a cavitation as it just pushes water out of the way. And as you're holding on to it, the staff just starts fucking vibrating like mad.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, the staff disappears, and you see this little blobby wisp just sitting there in the water. And he's just wide-eyed looking up at Toldanos. And she looks down at him, and you see her lift a hand just to like clutch her chest. And she reaches out a hand to him, and he comes up and like takes hold of her finger. And you see her eyes, these mismatched eyes flash, and Nyx's do the same at the same time. And Maz like lets go of Toldanos, like almost like he just got shocked. He's like, "Oh God, okay, oh." Do you understand this? What happened here?
What just happened? Or
no, him. Do you know what he is?
I know that he was made in a battle with Toldanos, but I don't know what it is, what he is.
So as he's explaining this, Toldanos has just pulled Nyx close to her chest, and they're just sort of looking at each other. It's like looking at a mother looking at her child. And he explains a lot of the staves were made in fights with her because she took over the other Titans' work. And, after the dissolution, she was one of the only ones left. And so she sort of controls their powers. He is part of her.
Oh.
Like, in a similar way that Ulgar's had part of his soul in the Sephenhide.
Gotcha.
He's... How do I explain this? He's an element of her, but he's also an element of you now.
Okay.
That's why he's so crazy. And Taiylor is just looking down at him. They're just enraptured with each other. And you can see him, like, he's got his little nubby hands just, like, attached to the front of her blouse. And Maz is just like, okay, that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
And Sylphie, meanwhile, is quietly watching this. Kind of not able to be super mad at this very second.
He wanted to meet you, and I had also an odd question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Taiylor, since she's here on this side of the Demiware.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Fiorin?
Fiorin?
Yeah.
Not here.
Are they on the other side of the Demiware, or are they just gone?
No. It's difficult to explain. Of the 8 Titans, only a few of them are still around, but the others that are missing, they're still tethered here.
I'm sorry, wrong one. Where is Huron?
Huron is hiding.
Do you know where?
Why do you need to know? We don't really want to bother them unless we have to.
Because I know where Fiorin is.
Wait, them? What gender is Huron? I can't remember.
I thought it was they.
Huron
is.
No, both of... No, wait, whoa! Sorry. Huron is female.
Okay.
Huron is non-binary.
You showed me the picture before, and I was like, Huron's a woman? You were like, no, they're not. I was like, okay.
I know. I got confused between the two. Huron is female presenting. Okay. They're the badass.
Okay.
I thought I had mixed up their portraits. Sorry. She's hiding. She's grieving.
For who?
Fiorin.
But I know where Fiorin is.
No, what?
Fiorin is desperately looking for Huron.
Where
And they
are
don't
they?
know where to find them.
Where's Fiorin?
I promised them that I wouldn't tell anybody.
Well, how can we help them find each other if we don't?
I was hoping you'd tell me where Huron is, and I'll send them that way.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, do I get advantage or anything?
No.
Okay. Oh, fuck me. Persuasion. It's terrible. 10.
I'm sorry. It's not that we don't trust you, but the last time we ever said where someone was, it did not go well.
Maybe I can send you with... Can you deliver a message to them?
Yeah.
to her. Okay. Let me look. Let's see what I have.
Oh, I forgot Nomira and Dulcera are brothers.
Um,
They're Maz's kids.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dolthair is Maz's
I-
kid?
Yeah.
I hold up the hand that has the ring from the birch heart on it,
Ooh.
and I look at both of them, and I'm like, the birch heart has chosen me to help them.
And Taldanas, like, attention torn away from Nyx. It's just wide-eyed.
I know where Fearin is.
And she looks at Maz, and he glances back at her. He's like, "Are you sure?" Okay. And Maz, instead of speaking it aloud, he comes up to you and he takes one of his little dragon claws and taps it to your forehead. And
We're
you
telepathically
are
speaking.
immediately given an image of a mountain so tall that it reaches beyond the clouds, and it is entirely black. And your vision sort of goes toward the summit, which has no snow on it because it is indeed a volcano. And your vision sort of swims down through the top of the volcano and deep, deep below a sort of trough of lava at the bottom until your vision clears and you see this long, sort of almost Moria like hall full of columns. And you see a woman with one side of her head sort of shaved, a long dark fringe on the other, in just sort of loose robes, almost like you would wear in like a not like a hospital gown, but like loose robes that you would wear if you were like sick or hurt.
Okay.
And she's just sort of aimlessly wandering through these halls. And you see, walking not too far behind her, but just keeping an eye on her, is another figure, taller, very thin, completely ebony black skin, braided black hair, eyes that have sort of this burning, constant ember in them, just following at a distance, watching over her. And you recognize the mountain. This is Mount Gear, the heart of the world. And you are looking at Huron and Nomira.
Nomira. Okay.
AKA Maz's son and Maz's son and Ursan's granddaughter.
Gotcha.
The Titans of Life and Fire.
I look back at them and tell them, thank you. I will send them that way.
That would be great. Do not tell anyone else.
Nope. Absolutely will not. Didn't even want to tell you.
Okay, great.
Do you have a weird question though?
Yeah.
So Marin has the Fjordhide, what's left of the Fjordhide.
Yes,
Now
Flameheart.
Flameheart. Just I heard someone mention that a certain volcano was the lava spring of godly power.
It's Nomira's domain, yes.
Would Nomira be... Can you guys influence these spirits that we carry with us now?
And Toldanos nods, and Maz explains, yes, they're part of them.
Would Nomira be able to power up Flameheart? Could you power Nyx up?
I don't know about increasing power, but potentially helping in some way.
Okay. No, that's...
They're and he looks at Toldanos as she seems to be trying to convey something. Says they're hard to interact with, especially in their current states. They're not fully awakened yet.
Do you know how we can fully awaken them? Or do we just keep working with them?
I mean, again, this has never happened before.
No, I know, but I don't know. If it's a piece of you and a piece of me, I figured we could put our heads together and maybe figure it out.
Well, if he's anything to go by, I mean, they're all individuals and they're all a mix of people now. I mean, continuing to work with them and doing what would help the people that they're a mix of. So the sea and you.
Okay.
Or whatever you think the sea and you would like.
Well, I can think of a couple things. But I was just trying to... Anything we can use to get rid of Kyla, because she's been a problem for too long.
You can say bitch, we're adults.
I don't want to be too harsh. I know.
Why not?
I don't know. She's, this is going to sound terrible, but I kind of admire how much of a cunt she can be. So it's like, she does some, like, I felt bad for Cindy. I didn't think that was possible.
I take that as a personal compliment.
You're welcome. So yeah. Anyway,
I have all of these characters.
I think that's everything I wanted to ask. I know that when I did talk to Fearin said that Alarka is feeling threatened because we could potentially be stopping him from coming back. Apparently, Algar, that was his goal, was to punch a hole in the Demiweir so that Alarka could come through.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
so,
that's been the goal for 1,400 years? Yeah.
Yeah, let's not do that. What else was I going to ask? I feel like there's something else. No, I guess not. Unless you know something about this Kellogg person that nobody knows anything about. Or...
Kellogg?
Yeah, exactly. See, nobody has any idea who this guy is.
Well, I mean, I don't know a lot of mortals by name.
He is Alistair Altera's phylactery.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you guys are saying that a lot.
Well, yeah, just people trying to break the Demiweir and liches and...
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Or if you know anything about Nikolai Ulengrad.
I do know something about him.
Oh, is he a good guy or a bad guy? Because he works... We've heard that he works for the Heidelin cult, but he apparently is a guardian of the gate. He's a white...
Never mind, I know nothing about Nikolai Ulengrad.
Okay, well, he's a white cloak, so he's very high-ranking.
Yeah, that destroys everything I thought I knew about him.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, I think
he's very good with the Realm Gate.
That is terrifying, considering he may be in possession of the Galahide right now.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And he looks at Toldanos, who takes a deep breath.
Yeah.
She's like the Kenna of old gods. She's just like, oh, God, so much on my plate.
Sorry.
But she lets Nyx go, and he sort of drifts back to you, looking happy as can be.
Good. I'm so glad for him. I am actually. I'm legitimately glad. Just so much on my mind.
For him. just ecstatic.
I'm ecstatic.
I love that journey for you.
Yes, yeah. I love that journey for you. I kind of turn back to Sylphie and like, Sylphie, do you have anything you want to say before we get out of here? Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. And Taiylor looks over at her sort of furrowed brows, and she steps over, and Sylphie's still standing there with her arms crossed, and Taiylor reaches out and takes her face in her hands, and Sylphie she doesn't pull away, but you can see her kind of, and Taiylor leans down and kisses her forehead, and Sylphie gets real quiet, and Maz sort of slowly swims up and wraps around Taiylor, and you make a perception check.
I'm actually good at these.
Are you?
Not today, apparently. 17.
I learned the hard way that you should never call, I'm good at this, before you roll.
Yeah.
You do not hear what is said.
Okay.
But you get the idea that if you weren't underwater, you would see Sylphie's eyes fill with tears.
Gotcha.
And she just sort of pulls back and crosses her arms again and says, okay.
Before we go, I just want to tell you to keep your eye on Frosthold. That is where Alistair Altera has gone, and we don't know why.
And Taiylor nods. And she steps over to you, and as Maz sort of leaves her, she takes both of your hands, each one that has the different rings on them, and she taps her ring and taps on the other, and Maz speaks for her and says, do you want to stay with her, or do you want to go with Firen?
I thought I would just help you both.
I mean...
Is that allowed?
It's...
Do you guys have, like, weird jealousy issues that I should know about?
No.
Okay.
I mean, they're family. No.
Okay.
It is very rare and strange for a person to be a favorite of multiple Titans.
If you knew all the amazing things I had done for Firen without realizing it, you would understand.
And Taiylor smiles, and she leans down and kisses you on the forehead as well. And you see your ring flash.
It's still there? It didn't go away?
It's still there.
Okay. I'm collecting jewelry. I got one finger for each god.
Yep.
Gotta catch them all.
Gotta get them all.
Yeah. So, all right. Yeah, I will, I guess, keep an eye on the horizon, because shit's happening.
Okay, well, we have a lot of work to do.
Yes, you do. Yes.
And whenever you guys... Are you still going for that pocket watch?
Not right now, because knowing that Cynthia Moore was thinking about going to get it makes me worried that it can do something.
Well, if you do, let us know ahead of time, because Surmir wants to see you all before she'll give it up.
Like in a good way, or like in a I'm gonna eat you kind of way?
It could go either way with her.
Okay, all right. I mean, that's fair. I probably deserve that.
I'm not gonna argue.
No, I know. No, I know I'm right. It's fine. Okay, well, I'm going to... Can you give us a ride back, Maz? Or just, like, snap us there, like, whatever?
And he looks at Taiylor, and she nods.
I saw Sylphie last time, and you actually don't take us anywhere. Our bodies are just on the beach.
And he nods.
So if you want to, we can, like, skip the swimming hallucination.
Well, it's not just...
Is it part of your process? Do I just need to... Is that just...
It is.
Okay.
It's not just for show.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just like being cool and stuff.
It's an actual like transportation of your soul.
Oh. So we're just like lifeless husks back on the beach.
No, you're still like alive, but
without a soul.
Yeah.
Is that dangerous? Could someone like walk up and steal our bodies? Is that how Alistair became a lich?
We're kidding. No, we're keeping an eye on you. No, it's not something we're actually doing. Like, you're not actually here. This is all your brain making up an explanation for what's happening.
Oh. I just had a flashback to the end of Harry Potter. What?
I haven't watched the end of Harry Potter, really, so...
Oh, it's where Harry asks Dumbledore, he's like, is this all real or is it all in my head? And he's like, of course it's all in your head, but why should that mean it's not real? Okay.
No, it's not like that, but all right.
Okay, cool.
No, it's like how people in like oh god, I can't remember what the thing is, but like people will have like dreams or hallucinations to make sense of something happening.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That otherwise makes no logical sense to them, or yeah, it's that sort of thing.
Gotcha. Well,
or the light you see when you're dying, or whatever.
Okay. Well, Ted, Maz, can you take
Who's
me
Ted?
back? I don't know who Ted. What? Who's Ted? Let's go.
Okay.
I have other animal friends besides you.
I'm not.
I know you're a dragon.
Dragon.
I'm like a lesser god.
I know you are, buddy. You're such a good lesser god. Oh my gosh. You're doing a really good job.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
I need to check something.
We have gone past break, like, super far.
I know. We always fucking do.
I know. My food is here. That's why I'm like,
go get it.
No.
Why?
Me too.
I don't know.
I made food while you were talking with Silas.
I was just double checking how Maz is related to Savros, because I wonder if you'd ever had something to say about that. But no, it's his uncle by marriage. So,
gotcha.
Actually, his uncle by 2 marriages.
Oh, so
because Hesperus is Zarai's brother. Zarai's married to Elen. Elen is Rallis' sister. Rallis' husband is Savros.
That's a lot of removal.
Yeah, 2 marriages. Anyway.
All right, Maz.
Yes.
Take us away.
And for the sake of brevity, he takes you away.
Okay.
Let's hop on break.
Okay.
I have a feeling this session's gonna go long too.
Probably.
We haven't even gotten to the fucking dragon yet.
Yeah.
All right. Can we do a 15-minute break because I need food?
Yeah, sure. Of course.
We'll be back at 8.
Yeah, let's be back at 8 o'clock. All right. We'll see you guys in a bit.
Wing up.
And hello, everybody. We back.
Hello.
A dinosaur story.
Yeah. Wow, I ate that way too fast.
Me too.
I just ran every piece of clothing that I own down to my car real quick.
Oh my god.
It's okay, I can still breathe. And I also brushed my teeth at the same time. So I put my trays back in. I'm on top of it.
Right, maximize chore efficiency.
I'm thinking about taking the cat to the new place tonight just so he has time to settle in.
Mm-hmm.
So, which means so much more driving, but whatever. Well.
So. Excuse me. Whew, okay.
God bless you.
Bless.
Swallowed a lot of air while I was doing that. Also soda. But, Kit and Marin, Kit and Sylphie, sorry. I just had a mom moment.
Marin, Sylphie.
Start calling the pets names before you call the kids' names.
Yeah,
Just go to Ted, Math.
Sprinkle. Yeah. You guys awaken in your standing places on the beach, and now you can Sylphie. You can see Sylphie has tears in her eyes.
Aww. I glance and then I just sort of look away. I'm like, okay, it's fine.
Okay, are we done?
Yeah. Are you? That's a terrible question.
Don't ask it.
How are your spirits?
Worse now.
Okay. Was that because of the question?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Fair. So, do you wanna? How about you head back? I'm gonna stay here for a minute longer. Okay.
Why? What are you doing?
There's someone I need to talk to still.
Like who?
A very important person, a VIP, as one might say.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh God, I'm terrible at these though. I'm glad I said I'm terrible at them because 26.
Okay. She sighs, rolls her eyes, says, "Okay, I'll just walk back by myself."
Okay. Don't talk to strangers.
Shut up. I can do whatever I want.
Okay. Don't take candy from strangers.
Shut up.
Once she's gone, girl, I'm gonna focus on the birch heart ring and be like, Ted, I need to talk to you. Spin it 3 times around my finger.
Okay.
Tap it once. Hello? Ted? Breaker 99.
All I gotta do is wait.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's because I need to fill the space.
It's so fun. As you're messing with the ring, you suddenly hear coming through
Jesus
the sand.
Christ. While he's flumping towards me, I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals again.
Mm-hmm.
Ted.
Yes. Friend kid.
I have a gift for you.
Is it egg roll?
It is not an egg roll. I tell him, come closer. I know where Huron is.
And his eyes get huge.
Go to Mount Gear. Inside the volcano, at the base of volcano, you'll see a hallway lined with columns. Huron is there being followed by Nomira. You'll find her there.
How do you know this?
I asked Taiylor where she was.
And he looks around and he's just gone. Just takes off. He just
Bye,
leaves a rooster tail of sand behind him.
Bye, Ted. See ya.
Aww. Flightless goose.
Yeah. I imagine he would have just disappeared. He'd just been gone.
Sometimes when you're a goose, you forget you can teleport.
That's fair. Should I call after him? Ted, you can teleport.
God.
There it goes. Okay. And then I'll be I feel good about myself, and I'm going to take off after Sylphie. Double dash. So I can catch up.
You do eventually catch up, and as she's walking, you can see her kind of messing with her own ring, sort of turning it around her finger, and she doesn't even notice you approach.
Oh, I'm so gonna scare her.
Oh, God.
Make a stealth check
You're gonna get punched in the face.
with advantage.
Yes. I always get punched for scaring people.
She has a hammer that she could just clock you with.
That's fine. What did I roll? Oh, okay. 23.
Okay. All right. She does not notice you.
All right. I'm going to stand 6 feet back, take out Nyx, and then I'm gonna like just poke her in the back of the head and yell boo at the same time.
Make a dexterity save.
Jesus, why?
Because I know what Sylvie would do.
Oh my god. Of course I rolled fucking terrible.
Yay!
5?
Oh no!
Okay, so you don't see it coming. What's your armor class?
19.
Paladins hit like a motherfucker.
Did she beat my armor class?
So,
Shield. I just got this new shield.
Yeah.
how many does that increase your armor class by?
2.
What's the total?
Oh, 19. 19 is the total.
With shield?
Yes, with my shield.
That's not gonna cut it.
No, I have a physical shield.
I know.
Okay.
She rolled over that
Oh, gotcha.
by like quite a bit.
Oh. Okay. I attempt to shield.
Damage does this do?
If she divine smites me into oblivion,
Yeah.
don't you fucking dare. I love how this entire campaign, Kit has successfully scared everyone and immediately failed getting out of the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Every single time.
Okay. So you just poke and you like jump back because you're like, oh, and I'm
Jump
gonna
back!
yeah. Sylvie's reaction is like a quick draw from a Wild West. Just reach down, grab the hammer, and as she turns, she just whips it sideways at you, and it smashes you like just under the Adam's apple, and just clocks the fuck out of you for not a ton, but 11 damage.
Oh,
and she
that's
does
fine.
not smite you.
Well, that's nice of her.
Though I thought about it. And as the hammer just falls to the ground, she's like, Kit, oh my god.
What? I mean, what?
She marches up to you and picks up the hammer and she just levels it at your nose. She's like, stop it.
Stop what? There was
You
a
know
bird.
exactly
It
what.
was a bird. It was Ted. Oh my god.
And she jabs you with the hammer and walks away.
No. I cast a healing word on myself, just like at second level. Second level, which I think is 2d4. I need to look it up because I never use healing word.
Healing word.
Healing word? Yeah, I just screech. Yeah, 1d4 plus your spell casting.
1d4 per level.
And that's 3 plus 6. So I get 9 points back. Okay. I'm almost full. And I sheepishly follow after her.
Mhm.
Bah.
Are you still missing any HP?
3. 2.
Yeah. When you're like halfway back, she like looks over her shoulder at you, just wheezing behind her. She sighs. She comes back and slaps you, and you take 3 hit points back.
Oh.
Lay on hands, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, I only need 2.
Well, 2.
Okay. When did you learn that ability?
Probably while I was dead.
Oh, do they have a
No.
good training program while you're dead?
No.
Is it like CrossFit?
No, it's still fairly new.
Okay. So it's
Well-
like CrossFit.
She knew lay on hands before.
Oh, she did.
Yes.
Okay.
She has a bigger pool now.
Yes, I did not have a lot when I played it.
Okay.
How many bard levels did she have when she died?
I want to say 5 and then 3 in paladin.
Okay.
Yeah.
She won't be beefy paladin. All right.
Beef.
100%
beef.
Yeah. So she just continues on her way.
I will follow after her.
All right.
Okay.
Marin and Taiylor, what you doing after you leave Ona's place?
I guess just walking back.
Back to the place Vosskner gave you guys?
Yes.
Okay. So eventually, you all...
Oh, wait, what did no. We gotta go Ansem's. Sorry.
Okay.
I totally
Oh yeah,
forgot.
you need bullets.
Yeah, I need ammo. Also, if there's, which I'm pretty sure because you bought potions last time we were around Ansem's workshop. We need more healing potions as well. So yeah, just into that general vicinity.
Okay. So you head over to Dermandros and
Yeah.
you make your way to Ansem's shop,
Yeah.
the Molinarch Armory.
I'm very
And,
quiet on the way over.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Silas just holds your hand the whole way. But as you arrive, you see the bright and bubbly Annie at the front counter, and as she spots you guys coming, she's like, "Marin, hi,
Hi.
hey." So, I mean, my
God.
mom just got back. How did everything go?
Went great. Did you show her her new trick?
What? Oh, the staff thing? I mean,
Yeah.
she didn't show it off, but
Okay.
yeah. Thank you, by the way, for
What?
Grandpa.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, did you get to see him?
Yeah,
Okay.
for not for terribly long. He's kind of messed up, but
Yeah,
I mean, thank you for both.
of course.
What can I do for you?
Bullets.
You got it.
Yep.
Both guns, one gun,
Both, please.
Okay. and she just starts taking out fucking crates and just setting them on the counter.
Okay.
And she pulls out an ammo box each for these, which for the size they use would probably be 30 each, 30 shots each.
Oh, okay. So, okay. I will take both those.
Okay.
Oh, that's for Ace of Spades. It's just pepper box bullets.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry,
She doesn't know about Flame Heart.
Well, yeah. No, I was asking you. Sorry.
I'm okay. Yeah. 30 for Overwatch, 30 for.
Oh, okay. I was confused. I thought they were all for Pepperbox, so
No.
I was like,
If you need an extra case of Pepperbox, she has that too.
okay.
But she sets those two cases up on the counter and says, "On the house."
No, we're not
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
that.
mhm,
No. Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
Yep.
Annie, we did this last time.
I'm not taking your money.
Did they give you the money last time that I slipped? Who was it? It's one of these guys. I gave one of these guys.
And she motions back
Money.
to whoever the fuck the guy was.
Yeah.
She says yes, and I immediately donated it.
Well, then fine. Donate this then. And I will give her however much it costs.
Just has no cost.
Hold on. Let me see. I think it tells me in D&D Beyond. 96 for for fucking Overwatch. I don't know why it was. So I'll give her 96 for the Overwatch bullets, and then the Ace of Spade bullets is 12.8. We'll just call that 13.
Okay.
And then 13 for that. Okay. Fine. Donate that then.
I will.
Okay.
You know, Grandpa would have done the exact same thing.
I know, and I would have done the exact same thing to him.
Yeah. Well. Anyway.
Speaking of which, is Ansem Grandpa, not a thing Grandpa. Is Ansem in?
Is what?
Is Ansem in? Is he here?
Yeah,
or is he...
he's upstairs working through his trauma, like always. That's all he ever does. He's just a workaholic.
I think I saw that TikTok recently where they're like, was it you guys that sent it? Where they're like, what do we tell people who hurt us? And you're like, thank you for the trauma. I need it for my art.
Oh, yeah. It was either Ash or Zach.
Yeah.
I think it was Zach, yeah.
Sorry.
I look at Silas and I'm like, I'm just going to go say hi real quick. Just stay here.
Okay.
I'll be like 10 minutes at most.
Yeah, and he walks up to Annie and says, I also need a refill. And she's like, oh boy, more people not to take money from. And she just starts gathering up stuff for him. And you head up. The blacksmith sort of wave to you as you go by. And as you get up to the door to Ansem's office on the 4th floor landing, you can hear a very strange sound that you've never heard before. I'm not sure how to describe to somebody who's never heard the sound before, because there's nothing quite like it. You know those fast, like, auto wrenches they use to take the bolts off car tires?
Impact wrenches, yeah.
Impact wrenches, yes.
Yeah.
There's no other sound like them, but that's essentially what you hear.
Right.
And as someone who has never heard a sound like that in their life, it's like, what the is he dying?
I will
impact drill. That's what it's called.
Sorry. I'll knock on the door, like kind of concerned, and in a concerned tone. No, that's not how knocks work, but
just yeah. And the sound stops and you hear, yes.
Are you busy?
Yes.
I'm coming in anyway.
I assumed. And then it just keeps on going. And as you step in, you see a weird ass contraption. Well, you see a few. One of them is a very large brass and steel cylinder that is just sitting in the middle of this shop, and it has all of these like cables connected to it. And there's currently just this plume of steam coming out the side of it where it looks like it's busted open ever so slightly and it's been welded a couple times. And you see one of these cables leading to this weird brass and steel and gadget that Ansem is holding in one hand. And as he's holding what appears to be some kind of chest plate, but it's entirely made of like bronze sheeting with steel reinforcements, and he's using this strange contraption that has this like wrench bit on the end, or bolt head on the end, to drill bolts into this sheet. And you see, standing not too far away, what this thing came from is a warforged who is made up of bronze and steel and wood, whose chest plate is missing. And you can just see the wooden interior structure reinforced with steel rings and all that. And they're just standing face blank, doesn't move, just watching as he's working away on this. And Ansem looks up, flips up his goggles, and says, Marin,
Ansem.
Sorry, I didn't realize it was you.
No, it's okay. We were just in town for ammo, and I figured I would just say hi. Is he conscious?
Yes. And the Warforged turns his head toward you and lifts a hand and says, without anything moving on his face, just says, hello, Miss Veneer.
Oh, hi. He knows who I am?
Of course he does. He works for me.
Okay. Sure, that's unsettling.
And Ansem sets the tool down, and you see him, as he sets that down, he takes his cane and walks over to this giant brass cylinder, and he flips a switch on it, and you just hear and a bunch of steam floods out of it, and it goes quiet. Can I help you?
Yeah, I just wanted to check in on you. I know it's been a rough 12 hours or however long it's been.
I think it's been about 6.
Okay. It's been a rough few hours.
It's been.
I just want to make sure you are all right.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Wonderful. Also,
Yes.
God, I don't know how to ask this. Okay.
Just say the words.
This is like a big if. If I'm still alive in like, a year, 2 years or something like that, would you let me be your apprentice?
He actually like chokes, and for a second he's just like, what?
Okay. It seems out of nowhere, but okay. I've been thinking a lot about what happens after all of this when we solve things, if we solve things. And I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about making a difference on my own terms, not with things that people have given to me, things that I have used myself, and things that the power that I have, the impact that I have.
And you want to do that with guns?
I know that seems kind of counterintuitive now that I say it out loud, but guns are the thing that gave me power after a lifetime of not having any.
Ooh.
And I figure, since I have some sort of power now, that I can return the favor to people.
You are disturbingly like me, dear.
Wasn't intentional, but
I
just know that I met Votek Lucas, and he's an asshole.
Yes, he is.
But he had a gun that he made. It wasn't one of yours.
I'm aware.
And I thought maybe that's what I can contribute to the world. I can learn to make guns and give them to people who don't have access to them. There were people in Moore's Rest and who were fighting against the Arbiters all the time, and there was always an issue of not enough firepower. If I could help with that, and I'm not saying make a business or something like that, I would just eat the costs of it, but I want to be able to contribute something.
And he turns and looks at the Warforged and says, can you give us a moment? I'll finish that later. And the Warforged nods and sort of just stomps out of the room. And he pulls a couple chairs from odd corners of his office and sits down with you and says, I'm not the person who discovered gunpowder. That was done a long, long time before me, but I'm the first person that we know of who put it into this form, originally with cannons and now with individual firearms. And I was about your age when I did that. And I did it because I wanted to put powerful weapons in the hands of people who would use them well, specifically the wardens and a couple other groups that I trusted. But one thing that I very quickly discovered is that you may only hand these tools to responsible people, but responsible people lose them and die. And irresponsible people get a hold of them. And eventually someone figures out how to copy what you made. And then they just flood the market. There's still good that can be done with them. But you have to understand that you are going to cause irrevocable damage that you never intended just because there's bad people out there. And if you continue on your trajectory of being disturbingly like me, you may end up being the bad guy once or twice too.
I'm already doing that. The things that Silas and I did for Moore's Rest, we did because we thought we were the good guys. And we ruined things out of no intention at all. But I don't know. Kit recently spared someone's life. And he told me that we're going around and we're changing everything for the worse sometimes. And he wanted to put a little bit of good back in there. I'm learning very painfully that my actions have consequences, but if I kept that from, if I let that hold me back, I'd still be back in Moore's Rest. If I can make a sliver of difference in someone's lives, then I should do it. There's always going to be consequences, but if that means someone's life is better for it, someone that deserves it, I think that's better than inaction. And I'm tired of, in a roundabout way, I think using creation for destruction is better than just plain destruction. As stupid as that sounds.
No. Sound like you're saying. Idiot. Anyway, well, you're a bit past apprenticing age, but I think I can make room for you. You're gonna have to deal with Annie, though.
That's fine. As long as she lets me pay for shit. Jesus Christ.
We're not going to get into a fight with this, because I agree.
Yeah, no.
No, I agree with her.
Yeah, no.
Well, you'll still be getting an employee discount when you work for me. And maybe we can, depending on what your Silas wants to do, maybe we can find him a place here in Konstanos too.
He has a lot of skills. I'm sure he can do something.
I think considering his specialty, he'd do rather well with the Pyrevale Temple, even if he's not dedicated to the Raven Queen. His skills could be very useful there.
I would think so. Yeah.
Also, his aesthetic just suits it down to the ground.
Always got to do it for the aesthetic.
Yes, the Death Goddess. Why not? Yes. I would love to have you. So don't die.
Okay. I'll try my best. I hold out my hand to shake his hand.
He reaches out and shakes your hand. And he cracks a proper smile. And as he pulls back, he reaches into his vest and hands you what at first to you looks like a coin, but it's actually like a token. It almost looks like a challenge coin, like one of those big ones. And it has the seal of the Molinarch Armory on it. And he says, carry this with you, and people who work with and for me will recognize you.
Okay.
Don't lose it.
I won't.
Don't give it to anyone else.
I won't.
All right.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And if you give me maybe a moment to reach out to some caskers, maybe I can see about supporting this little rebellion over in Moore's Rest.
That would be fantastic.
I like the Crimson Hammer. They do good work.
Yeah. That would be great. I'm sure they would love to have any assistance.
Absolutely. After all,
just let me throw it in real quick. I did tell Marin that the caskers are on their way
Oh yeah, that's right.
to
Yeah.
Moore's Rest. So, and to
I
Wick
forgot
Upon
about
Pine.
that.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
just
Yeah, I'll just say Kit did mention Kit did
I'll let it go this time.
Kit actually mentioned that he reached out to some of his contacts in the Caskers, and they are attempting to set the stage for a coup to overthrow Halt. So,
And he turns toward the door. He says, "Martin," and the Warforged pokes his head in. And yeah, his name's Martin.
God.
And Martin. Ansem says, "Will you remind me tonight to reach out to Mary and Mamak?" And Martin nods, and he pulls back, and you hear him like fussing around with something, and you hear writing.
Oh my God, it's like having an Alexa.
yeah.
Martin,
Right.
set an alarm for 7:59.
All right. Well, I promise to try not to die.
Good, because I would not be the only one missing out.
Don't go getting soft on me now. Jeez.
This is the softest you will ever get.
Okay. Good.
If you see Thane again later, slap him.
You two love each other. You love him.
Sadly.
You know what? I would be mad too, but
Listen, when your husband is a plague on your life for 50 plus years, you'll understand.
well, I hope it's at least 50. We'll see.
Well, mine is especially long-lived, thanks to his bloodline, so we're gonna have to deal with him for another 30. Or more. Depends on how
Lucky.
long I live.
You sound lucky.
Lucky or cursed.
Lucky.
Get out of my office.
Okay, I'll leave.
And he gets up, flips the the steam generator back on and goes back to work. And you head out into the hallway and you see Martin there scribbling, and he stops and looks at you.
Bye, Martin.
Have a good day, Miss Veneer.
Thank you. You too.
Scribble, 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 scribble.
All right, I'll walk back down and meet up with Silas.
I would die for Martin.
I know, I love him.
He's actually been in multiple campaigns.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I like Martin.
He used to work in the library in Midcord Temple in the Phelan campaign.
Oh.
Yeah. He's cute. He was how the party found Jessa. So you head back down, and Silas is currently in the middle of a very heated debate with Annie. As she's showing him this design idea she had, and he's like, no, you can't carve the handle that way. It makes it slip out of your hand when you shoot. It doesn't push it into your hand. She's like, no, you don't understand. It works like this. So like it catches the top, and finally they both look at you and like, hi.
Nerds. All right.
Listen, when you fired a gun, you don't want it to slip out of your hand. She's like, it won't slip. Shut up. Anyway, everything good?
Yep.
Okay, take your husband out of my sight.
Okay, come on. Don't bother her anymore.
He rolls his eyes. And she's like, bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah,
Okay.
head off. You guys all eventually gather back together at the little place that Vosskner set aside for you guys. It's its own little house with a few bedrooms in it. And, It is mid-afternoon-ish.
Okay. Well, we can either go to sleep right now and then get up really early. Or, well, we should probably do that.
Well,
honestly.
let's... Do you want to... I was thinking about doing something to help us out tomorrow.
Like what?
Like maybe doing a special dinner just in case we get into a fight with this dragon, because I have a feeling she might be pretty intimidating.
Okay. Special dinner. You're
special
gonna
dinner.
I don't know. How do you make
Or
dinner
garlic.
special? Yeah,
Yeah.
like
A little bit of parsley.
put a little aioli on
A
the
little
side.
aioli.
Aioli.
Okay, Janet Marbles.
What we need to do is we need to go to a jeweler
Girl.
for
For
this
di-
feast.
Oh shit! Well, we have to go back out to town anyway because I have to go to the potion shop. I totally forgot to go to the potion
I knew you
shop.
forgot and I
Yeah.
didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Well, let's go shopping for
Let's
a
go
hot second.
Yeah.
Shopping
Y'all
episode.
Make investigation checks for the potions.
Oh,
Okay. I can help with the potions, I guess.
16.
Investigation.
If you're, are you looking separately or helping?
Well, I already rolled, so I'll
Yeah, I
take
did
this.
too.
I did 11 for investigation.
Okay.
16.
Okay. So, Marin, between a few places, you will be able to come up with a lot of the stock is gone because of how long they've been fighting this dragon, but you will be able to come up with 5 basic healing potions. And Kit,
Okay.
you'll be able to come up with 2.
Okay. I'll pay the 100 gold for those.
Yeah, 50 gold each.
50 gold each? Oh,
yes.
shit.
Because it's Konstanos and it's not inflated here.
I can afford it.
I can definitely
Sounds
afford
probably-
it.
Grab some shit along the way.
Once we get our potions, I'll look at Marin and be like, all right, so here's what I need. I need to find a gem-encrusted bowl worth 1,000 gold.
Okay. I
So
can help.
help me out,
Okay.
bro.
Okay, dude.
Roll an investigation with advantage.
Okay.
Oh, I'm helping out. Okay, no,
Yeah.
I don't roll. Okay.
20.
Okay. You guys do spend a while looking for this. And going through the normal shops, even jeweler shops and like specialty shops, you can't find exactly what you're looking for. But eventually, you are informed that there is a jeweler's guild. And you make your way into the guild walk. Shut up. And into the front sort of area of the jeweler's guild, where you see some of the most beautiful work that you've ever seen. Not only do they do jewelry, but they also do things like chandeliers made of actual gems. And you just see decorations draped with all different kinds of gems, just sheets and sheets of metals and gemstones. And as you're perusing through the place, just looking around, thinking, holy fuck, I could steal one thing and be set for life, you eventually come upon one of the master jeweler's stands, where he's sort of displaying his finest work. You see in a glass case, there are a number of items, including a large golden gem-covered bowl, whose center in the bottom is while it is covered in gold, the bowl itself also has a clay base to it, and the base in the bottom, where all the glaze has settled, has created this beautiful dappled blue and green surface, almost like water.
It's a rutile glaze.
Yes. And there's
because I know too much about pottery.
Yeah, and I know some.
I can tell you what chemicals are in that to make those colors.
Yeah, I know a little bit about pottery thanks to you. I don't know what anything is called, but I know how it works. And in the bottom of that sort of settled glaze is a black onyx stone.
Ooh.
And as you come upon it, it is precisely what you're looking for.
Precisely.
And the
I fucking love Quest for Camelot. It's such a fucking dumb fucking movie.
I've never seen it.
Oh, the Griffin. Whenever he like talks to the Griffin, that's how the Griffin talks. It's like this big, terrifying Griffin. He's just like, precisely. So dumb. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's exactly what you're looking for, and the master jeweler himself is not there because he's too rich to be a fucking shopkeeper.
Of course.
So his assistant is there looking over everything, and there are guards everywhere looking over all this stuff. And the assistant, who looks like a college kid on a, side job, is just standing there, this thin, lanky, elven teenager who's just sort of, I don't know, fiddling on the equivalent of a Game Boy.
Oh.
He's fiddling on the roof. Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Get out!
Oh my God.
Jesus.
I'm gonna walk right up to him. Like, sir.
Oh, welcome to Master Zardan's Jewelry Extravaganza. How can I help you?
Does this look like a fucking pawn shop to you? Look me in the eye.
Make an intimidation check.
Intimidation is
Extravaganza. God damn it, Taiylor.
16.
Yeah, he's just like fiddling with this whatever toy he has in his hand, and as you said, look me in the goddamn eye, he looks up and looks at you and goes, "Sup?"
Are you high?
No, I wish.
Oh, do you want to be? I have drugs.
I'm at work.
I mean, so? Anyway, there's some things that I need. Yes, you can help me. I need that jewel-encrusted bowl. And I
Can
also
you afford it?
Yep, and I also need a jade circlet worth 1,500 gold.
And he motions down the way. He says, Master Zardon doesn't work with Jade, but someone down there does.
Okay, I'll just take the bowl then so you can get back to doing whatever you're doing.
Okay, that'll be 2,000 gold.
Why is it 2,000 gold?
Because it's a master work. Fucking, I don't know.
Do you have one
It's
that's
just
like...
the price tag.
Do you have one that's half of that?
No.
If I give you some drugs, will you give me a deal?
He glances over to the cards. And he just kind of like leans over. He's like, it's actually like worth 1,000 gold, but I'm supposed to upsell it.
How about this? How about I meet you in the middle? I'll give you 1,500 gold for it, and a little bit of panna.
Deal.
Okay. I will make him a little dime bag of panna. And I will give him 1,500 gold.
Yeah, as you hand it
I
over,
didn't even have to roll for that, you guys.
This is also like not the equivalent of like weed. This is like the equivalent of fucking heroin.
Yes.
You're welcome. I need to start counting my panna now in ounces because I've been like dime bagging it out.
As you hand over the money, he makes a really big deal of it. He's like, "Thank you, sir, for your patronage," and he just like carefully gives you the bowl in like a nice paper wrapped like bundle, and just secretly takes the drugs.
I give him 1 ounce of dry panna.
He can make it last.
You should just carry around some oregano with you. And
I should.
Yeah.
Well, see, I could have made it really worth his everything if I just added like 1 drop of Draugr Bloom oil into it, and then he just disappeared forever into his mind palace. But we're not going to do that. So I'm going to take the gem encrusted bowl, and then I'm going to go over. Is there like another person who does work in jade?
Yeah, the further down you go, there are some that work in semi-precious jewels and like carve things out like opal and jade. And you do reach one that is almost exclusively jade, and has all kinds of like statuettes and like there's even dishware that's pure fucking jade and will probably shatter if you look at it too hard.
Yeah. Jade is really soft.
Yes. But you do see a number of pieces of jewelry like torque bracelets and that kind of thing. And the person running it is this like super, super tall, like insanely tall, but very, very round as well. Like just giant of a person who is not a giant or a Goliath. They're human. Just sort of hunched over this stand, and she is just draped in all of her own creations. Just covered in jade. She must weigh an extra like 50 pounds just from the things in her ears alone, these long dangling spear shaped like jade earrings. And as she has these long fingered hands resting on the table, she almost looks like a hag. She leans over as you come through. Think like the thing that Jester talked to and gave the cupcake to.
Oh, yeah.
She just leans over and she's like, "Can I help you?"
Yes. I'm looking for a jade circlet worth about 1,500 gold.
And she looks over her collection in front of her and sort of, it's almost weirdly erotic the way she just drags her finger across some of it. Like,
ew!
I do not like this lady. She's scary.
I know exactly what you fucking mean, though. Like, it's just like, I can imagine her like weirdly long nails, and she's just like touching things in just the wrong way.
Yeah,
salad fingers or whatever. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She says, "I think I have something in the deck," and she slips away. Just like, she doesn't just stand up and go. She like drags herself away. It disappears into a door behind her.
Jesus Christ.
God.
She looks like a hag raven.
Oh my god.
Ew.
The guards who are stationed on either side of her hand or her stand just go, ugh.
I mean, that's fair.
And one of them looks at you and says, I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. Is she always like that?
Yeah, she likes to flirt too.
Was that flirting?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay.
She likes younger men especially.
Oh, good. Maybe I can get a discount.
Good luck.
While she's gone, I'm gonna wait for her to be like almost back, and I'm gonna cast guidance on myself. Ow.
Jesus.
No, it's fine. That rib's back in place now.
Yeah.
All right. I'm
Yeah.
ready.
But as she comes back, you see her holding between these long-nailed, spindly fingers this perfectly beautiful, perfectly circular, no, it would be oval because it needs to fit the human head, circlet made of pure jade. It's a very thin band, too. And as she brings it out, she gently sets it down on a pillow and sort of smooths the pillow. And she looks across at you. She's like hunched down to eye level with you.
Mhm.
And she's like, here it is.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
Isn't it?
Just like you, actually.
And she reaches out and just touches the tip of your nose and says, and aren't you just beautiful?
I'd like to think of myself as ruggedly handsome.
There are different types of beauty.
Since we're both
So uncomfortable.
since we're both just so immaculately gorgeous.
And as her smile spreads, you just see these perfectly clean and white, but jagged teeth. And just this hooked long nose.
Maybe you can cut a discount for someone who's so amazingly beautiful like yourself.
I love that. And she thinks about it for a second, and you feel her nail just trace the edge of your jaw. Make a persuasion check with advantage.
And my D4.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I love this lady. I'm keeping her.
Oh my god. Scary.
You said persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
27.
Hey.
And she sort of stops, and she just has like her middle finger resting on your chin. And she sort of taps for a moment. Like she's thinking like someone would tap their own chin, but she's doing it to you. And she sort of takes hold of your chin, pulls you ever so slightly closer, and says, "You have a deal. And let's go." And she wraps the circlet up in like cloth and like a little bit of silk to make it pretty, and puts it in a little like protected box for you.
Thanks.
And she slides it across
What?
the table very slowly, just like unreasonably slow.
I imagine it squeaking the whole way.
She's making direct eye contact. Oh, she does not blink. She's like,
Oh my god.
name, my dear.
It's Jim.
Jim.
Jimmy.
Jim. I'm not Jimmy. Jim.
And,
He's Jimmy.
She reaches out this long fingered hand to you and says, "My name is Clarissa."
Why, hello, Clarissa.
Still holding the hand out.
Oh, am I supposed to touch it? I touch it.
You just like
Yep.
She withdraws.
Mhm.
How much did your jade thing need to cost?
1,500.
Okay, she will sell it to you for 1,200.
I will take that deal.
Okay.
And
and-
then I will pick up my box and be like, "You've been wonderful," and I'll reach back and I'll twirl my finger around like two or three strands of hair and pull them out. This feels like a bad idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. And then I kind of look at her and I hand it to her. I'm like, something to remember me by.
Oh God.
God!
That hurt me!
That was such a visceral reaction.
I can't wait to watch that
Oh
back.
my God! No! Oh my God! I knew she was gonna fucking do it. Oh God!
Oh, I feel gross.
God.
And as she pulls it away, she looks at it, just grins at you, tucks it behind one ear, and she slides 200 gold back to you.
Oh shit!
You just made a clone of yourself or something.
That's fine.
I hope we'll see each other again.
Oh, don't get that close to the mic. That's weird.
Jim?
Jim? I hope.
I broke.
Sorry. I hope we see each other sometime again too, Clarissa.
And she reaches over to a little journal next to her stuff and writes down something, tears the piece of paper off and hands it to you. It's an address.
Oh. Well, I will see you sometime. And
Time.
I will, oh God, and I will walk away. And
as you walk away, so these stalls are separated by actual walls. She leans out over the table and she's so tall that her head and like shoulders come out over the table. She says, "Goodbye, Jim."
I
And
will.
you see the guards just like,
As I'll turn back to her and I'll blow a kiss and at the same time cast Make It Pink
On her?
on her, and I'm going to use some sort of like, what color is her hair?
her hair is a sort of mousy brown with gray streaks.
Okay, I'm gonna use my
Long and kind of limp.
ew.
Everything about this one is just unsettling.
Yeah, I think I have something that's
love
like,
her.
I think I have something that's bright blue, and so I'm going to like a piece of cloth and I'm just gonna cast it bright blue.
She does not notice, but as you blow the kiss, she just reaches out and touches it.
Ugh. And then I
Holds
will,
it in like close to her heart.
and then I will go. I will go quickly.
Just as you like go away, you see. Oh, man, Ben! Oh, you just kept making the wrong decisions.
You know, but I did get 500 gold off, so like,
But at what cost?
I don't know.
It's
Your
gonna be like
dignity.
Bax and the Hag.
You just what?
What?
What did you say? I didn't hear that.
Nothing.
Oh, cool.
Critical roll. Campaign 1.
Oh yeah. I will. Okay, I'm gonna write down my circlet. All right. Let's
write her down.
I look at Marin and I'm like, let's get the fuck out of here.
What happened? What?
I just made a deal with the demon, with a succubus to get this circlet.
You
Oh, if
you
only
did what?
you were so lucky.
What? Why did you do that? It's don't what? Wait, is this a real succubus?
I don't know.
Okay, cool. I'm not gonna. You know what? Not gonna ask. Not my problem. Let's go.
As we walk out the door, I take the paper and I just let it go.
Do as Elsa.
All right.
All right.
So after that little adventure,
Yeah.
what are you guys doing now?
Going back to the tavern? Back to the place, wherever the fuck we're staying?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a little house next to Vosskner's that you guys are staying at, and it is getting to late afternoon, early evening as you guys arrive. And as you get there, you see that Justine is back, and she's sitting in the house is made up of 2 floors, and it's 4 floors, but the upper part of it is somebody else's, and it's a duplex.
It's a duplex.
But in you guys' area, there's several small bedrooms, and then like a kitchen and living room.
Did Clay and Mia come with us too?
They're not
No.
here, but they're around.
Oh, okay.
Justine is currently polishing up her axe and shit, and you guys see Sylphie there too. Justine is teaching her how to take care of her armor.
I'll kind of
Sylphie's just wiping kit pieces off her hammer.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. I will just kind of tell everybody, be like, okay, everybody be ready for a good breakfast in the morning, okay? Like, get up early, because we're going to have a really fancy breakfast.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, cool. It's going to help us with the dragon.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow, you guys. I also sold drugs to a teenager today to get a discount.
Par for the course.
Okay.